Midwest Spring Football League Championship here in Whiting, Indiana. It's a chilly Saturday night, and well, what would you expect other than that here in the region? Jared Schlensky alongside Isaiah Gransberry. We've got a good one on hand. The third time this season these two teams have already played one another, and it's the Cal College of St. Joe's CCSJ Crimson Wave at 5-1. Looking to take 2 out of 3 against St. Mary of the Woods. The Pomeroys come in also with a record of 5-1. But, like I said, these two teams split during the regular season, and now, well, a third time. I feel like these two teams know each other as well as anybody throughout the conference.
Definitely, and now it's November. Teams have gotten their feet settled, rosters are finalized, and you really don't have too many moving pieces. So now each team will get each other's best shot tonight.
And it was nice to see the beginning of the season, CCSJ, a really tough loss against the St. Mary of the Woods College football program. We were up 28-7 at one point, couldn't hang on, ended up losing 34-28, but they won out. And one reason why they've been so successful is this defense, Isaiah. They allow less than 15 points per game. They were able to hold on, get some big stops in that win against Bellarmine. And when you look at this team on paper, a lot of kids from the region, but I'm not sure anybody really stands out more than Isaac Hedquist. Leads the team in tackles, also leads the team in picks. This kid is a playmaker.
Definitely, and he was one of the key playmakers in last week's game that got them to this point in the conference championship. Their defense made plays all across the field. Hubbard's Josh Tejeda with a game-winning strip sack to seal the victory. Although there was a little extra stuff at the end, but the defense still held tight. So you look forward to it. Defense is the name of the game, and football is football. So look to see some hard-hitting action tonight.
Football is football again, but just to confirm the rules here, you've got to be under 178 pounds. You weigh in on a Thursday, and you have to be under. There are two different leagues. There's one out east. However, they are not going to play each other. And St. Mary of the Woods, these Pomeroys, 3 hours south of here, 3 hours south of Whiting, they've got themselves one heck of a team under head coach Blaine Powell. This team averages over 31 points per game. They have scored over 30 in every game except 2. And when you look at this team, usually the saying you've got 2 quarterbacks because you don't have one. I'm not sure that necessarily applies here. We'll talk more when we come back. We're going to honor America, and before you know it, we'll be ready for kickoff. It's Cal College of St. Joe's taking on St. Mary of the Woods here in the MSFL Championship.
Did you know?
Wow, they'll prepare fresh fish while you wait.
Did you know?
They make over 40,000 donuts from scratch every week?
Did you know?
They offer 23 different deli platters for your party?
Did you know?
They have freshly chopped fajita mix ready to cook.
Did you know?
They have the best fried chicken in the area?
Did you know?
They offer our signature curbside service 14 hours a day.
Strachan Van Til, now you know.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
In America with the singing of our national anthem here at Whiting High School, home of the Oilers, on a beautiful, chilly Saturday night, and you see the train passing by here in the middle of November, and well, I'm excited because, well, it's winner take all. Not only for the series, the third time they've played each other, but for an inaugural program to be able to have an opportunity to win the conference championship. It doesn't just do a lot from a morale standpoint, but it helps them build the future with recruiting.
Definitely, and they've already done a great job recruiting players from all across the country, fans even filing in from all across the region. So everybody is excited for this opportunity. It's great for the school, it's great for the community, and even better, it's great for the region.
It sure is, and we'll tell you what happens with the coin toss. But first, let's give you our Saturday night forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast is currently 50 degrees, mostly clear skies, and a little bit windy. And you got to take into account we're going to get the lake effect too. Lake Michigan about, 800 feet ahead of us past the railroad track, so it's only going to get cooler as the night continues. That's the game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. But before we get ready to kick off, we talked about how good both these teams have been in the regular season, but let's talk about our Castle Subaru keys to the game. And before we do, make sure you stop in and get your keys to a new Castle, a Castle Subaru that is. I want you to finish this sentence for me, Isaiah. The CCSJ Crimson Wave, they win this game if
the defense shows up. The defense will need to create multiple turnovers, and I think the magic number will be 3. They make 3 turnovers in this game and convert them into points, they will be very happy with the result.
How about on the flip side? SMWC will win this game if
they need to control the clock. CCSJ's offense will score quick if you give them an opportunity to do so. So the St. Mary's, they're going to have to control the clock, move methodically, and finish their drives. If they aren't able to finish their drives, they're going to be in for a long night.
And these programs have really come a long way. We saw some issues in the kicking game early on, but I'll tell you what, man, these kickers for both these schools have really gotten going. We saw a game-winning, or I should say go-ahead field goal last week from 42 yards out. This program, both these teams, these kids, I don't know what the expectations were, but I think they've exceeded across the board.
Definitely, and it's just expectations. In the first year, neither team really has nothing to lose. I mean, they've played a great season so far. This is the 3rd time you're playing a team. So for CCSJ, they actually might be a little bit uptight because beating a team twice after you played them 3 times is really tough. And then also on the St. Mary's side, they might come in a little less loose because the last time they lost, they're simply watching film, going to fix what they did wrong, and give themselves the best shot to win.
This is really rare. You see maybe every now and then in college when the postseason comes, you'll play a team twice, especially at the D3, D2 level. But 3 times, I can't recall anybody ever playing anybody 3 times in a season.
Yeah, this is like baseball.
Right? It is. And it was St. Mary of the Woods College deferring, and it's going to be the Crimson Wave returning first. The Crimson Wave in the red and white, the St. Mary of the Woods College Pomeroys, again, 3 hours south of here, in the blue and white. The Pomeroys come in, coached by Blaine Powell, and the CCSJ Crimson Wave, who everybody knows pretty much in the region. Jay Novak had a ton of success at Andrean. He got this team going late, found a bunch of guys that want to play, and they've played out for him.
Recruiting is easy when it comes to football. And I wouldn't say easy, but it's definitely a lot easier when you have nothing to lose.
Kick is muffed but picked up and regrouped and still on his feet all the way out to the 40-yard line is number 16 for CCSJ, and that was Quindarius Davis, who we'll see on defense, but it's a pretty good start from a field position standpoint, and now we get to see this CCSJ offense go to work.
Very explosive, led by Blaze Kano, the Hanover Central native. This team has been putting up lots of points quick in the first quarter, really, all season long.
One of those guys, he loves to get involved. He got hurt, actually, in week 1 in this game, is Nino Barbosa. Had 4 catches last week for 112 yards. Kano, 3 for 7 passing, but you're going to see him do a lot with his legs, too. A well-balanced quarterback. We've got 3 on the line of scrimmage, 4 in the box, so 7 total. Give up the middle goes to John Flemings, the Michigan City, Indiana native, and he gets a couple on first down.
That's going to be a key that St. Mary's will have an eye on all game long, stopping Josh Fleming up the middle. As you can see, they packed the box right there to really just give him no option.
Stop made by Jaden King, and it quickly ends up being 2nd down and 9 with 14:27 to go here on the home of the Whiting Oilers turf. Crimson Wave motion man. Kano gives it off to his back and hit for a loss. Nowhere to go. SMWC sniffs that out, and the stop made there by the outside linebacker, Xander Wilbur, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
And we've mentioned this in past games. For those of you who are new to sprint football, the biggest difference, in our opinion, is that the linemen, they're not big. So they could get there just as quick as a DB can. So as you can see, that really affected the play right there.
3rd down and 12 to go. CCSJ needs to get to the SMWC 49. Let's see if we see the first pass. We do. Kano to the flat. Fleming trying just to stretch it out and gets close to the marker. He's going to be just short. Wrapped up on the play by Jaheim Joseph. And I'm curious to see what you do here. It's windy. It is early. Do you consider go for it here on 4th and short?
I think Coach Novak is thinking the same thing that I'm about to say right here. Defense wins championships. Defense got them to this championship game, so he's going to trust in them. Punt it away right here.
And it's going to be Jared Saez to punt. 3 punts last week. He's had a really nice season. 13 of them have gone inside the 20. And I remember seeing this in week 1. You don't see it all that often on a punt return, but they like to keep 2 guys back. What kind of advantage does that give the return unit?
That gives the person not returning the ball the opportunity to pick off the other guy, and it also gives the punt team, they have to watch for 2 guys now.
A boot, fair caught for by Devron Johnson at about the 25. They're going to rule it at the 24. And this is where things got interesting late the first time they played. SMWC took a real long time to get going offensively, but they showed they can get going, and they can get going quickly.
Definitely, and we'll see it soon. They have a great air attack, as we've seen in other matchups before, so CCSJ better have come to play.
12:36 to go here in the quarter. CCSJ goes 3 and out on its opening drive, and now it's Kyle Vernelson, the Sullivan, Indiana native, and the SMWC offense to take the field. 3 down linemen, another 3 additional one on the outside part of the box. Give goes up the middle to the running back, Patrick Perea, and Perea out past the 25, gets a good pickup on 1st down.
Looks like both teams are trying to establish a running game inside the box. So we'll have to keep an eye on how they plan to keep on going about that.
Last week, Perea, 20 carries for 70 yards, leads this team in rushing. This is a dangerous offense. 131 yards through the air, but 246 on the ground. 2nd down, Perea again tries to stretch it to the right. Now jumps inside, and not a whole lot there. Stop made by Brian Walker, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about maybe 7 to go.
Another good play. CCSJ Crimson Wave rallying to the ball right there to get that stop.
And both teams go to the no huddle. When you don't have a lot of time to prepare for a season, it's very hard to execute this. You got to give credit where credit's due, and both these teams executing a no huddle offense with, again, not much time to prepare for the season.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, but these guys, they're smart, so they caught on quick.
1 receiver, the bottom of your screen, 3 to the top. They're looking to go to the far side, and they do, and they have the 1st down. Pitch and catch. Vernelson finds his tight end, Carlos Munoz. He's listed as the tight end. There he was the slot receiver.
That's an impressive catch, and even a more impressive vision by the quarterback there. CCSJ dropped back into a zone, which is pretty tough to do on a 3rd down situation where you have to stop them for the sticks, but St. Mary's converted.
Got to be ready for the speedster. Jaheim Joseph goes both ways. This time it goes up the middle to Perea, and Perea gets a good push up front and close to the Pomeroy 45. He's going to get about 4 on 1st down.
Good tough run there on 1st down. That makes it a lot easier on the offensive coordinator when you can get in the 2nd and short situation.
10:30 to go here in quarter number 1. SMWC, the Pomeroys, with their first offensive series, getting close to midfield. 7 around the box. Vernelson gives again, and it goes to Perea. A big burst, and he pushes through past midfield. Tripped up from behind by Clayjuan, CJ Cash, and now you're seeing this running attack getting going.
Yeah, great tough run. We mentioned it earlier. Both teams looking to establish a run game up the middle inside the box. That's where really the trenches are, no matter how much you weigh. And St. Mary's is converting right there very well.
5 plays from scrimmage. They've got 4 runs to 1 pass. Devron Johnson goes from the bottom of your screen to the top of your screen. We really haven't seen CCSJ bring pressure. Let's see if they do here. Instead, it goes back to Perea, and he gets a good burst in close to about 8 or 9 yards. He might even have the first down. This kid can run hard.
Yeah, that looked like the gap CCSJ actually wanted to blitz through, and the linebacker that was going to that assignment was like a step slow. It's like he hesitated, thinking that maybe the quarterback was going to draw back to pass.
They give him 9 yards on first down, and it's going to set up 2nd and 1 as the game clock ticks under 9 minutes. Again, the winner of this one takes home the MSFL championship. Vernelson back to Perea, and he is stuffed. He might have enough for the first down, but again, maybe one of the better stops we've seen on this drive from this run defense, and it was led by the defensive end, Trevor Boos.
And that's one thing CCSJ has done well. When their backs are against the wall, they've answered all year long, creating turnovers, getting stops. So we'll see what they do right here on this 3rd down.
Trevor Boosie picks up, or rather holds him there, and it's going to bring up 3rd and about less than a yard. Now we get to see the tight end on the line of scrimmage. Haven't seen this a whole lot. 3rd down, Vernelson pulls it back. In trouble, avoids the rush, still throwing, and somehow gets it away. They nearly had him. Give Vernelson credit for keeping that play alive, but an excellent job on hand by CCSJ of bringing the pressure by Freddie Strezzo along with Jaquan Bridges.
Yeah, that's very impressive, and as we said, this is where CCSJ, they get like a boost of life when their back's against the wall, and very impressive of them right here. Now they need to get this 4th down stop.
All right, 4th down, less than a yard. You surprised to see the offense out here?
Not at all, and I think everybody in the stadium knows where the ball is about to go.
Where's it going?
Right up the middle.
All right, let's see. The go-to guy is Perea. He does get it, tries to go to the left a little bit. He has the first down, at least it looks like from here. And on 4th down, a big conversion. Give credit, though, to the defense there. Brian Walker made him really work for it. This will be play number 11 of the drive, and it has taken over 4 minutes. This is a very efficient offense right now.
And this is one of our keys to the game. The St. Mary's needs to keep the drives methodical, move the ball slowly but surely, and execute at the end.
Motion a man to the far side. Vernelson gives it off, and well, a pretty good pickup on first down. First time today we've called the name of Tyler Vaughn, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 6 to go. Jared Schlensky alongside Isaiah Gransberry. We're in the first quarter, 7:21 to go. This has been an effective drive. This is play number 11. We're only in the first quarter. CCSJ went 3 and out. The Pomeroys have picked up 3 first downs. 2nd down, Vernelson. Again, this time back to Vaughn. And Vaughn initially stopped. He pushes forward, gets a couple extra yards, but it's going to bring up 3rd and short.
3rd and short again. Wouldn't be surprised if Vaughn or one of the backs for St. Mary's gets the call right here. Punch it in.
We haven't seen the quarterback keeper. You think maybe Vernelson might pull it away and keep it?
That might be something they're saving for later in the game. As most coaches, they like to run things with other options just in their back pocket. So we'll keep an eye on that.
How about this front? Only 1 down with their hand in the dirt. They've got 4 on the line of scrimmage, though. And if we get some early movement, who's this on? Were they forced to move? Did the defense instigate it? Let's see here. This is big. 3rd and short would be 3rd and 8. This might be offsides. And it is. False start against the Pomeroys. And 3rd and 3 just became 3rd and 8.
And for the people watching, it was a snap infraction, so something we might not be able to see on our screen, but when the center moves the ball, even an inch, that's when they'll get called for a 5-yard penalty.
And in case you're at home wondering, what is a Pomeroy? It is in memory of alum Sister Mary Joseph. Her last name was Pomeroy, the nickname after her.
Nice.
So now you know what a Pomeroy is.
I'll keep that in my back pocket as well.
3rd and 8. They need to get to the CCSJ 24. I thought we had some early movement. Vernelson avoids the pressure, steps up, and all of a sudden 3rd and long is going to become 4th and manageable. And you got to think they're probably going to go for it again here.
They are definitely going to go for it, and it'll be interesting if they go with the play-action pass right here, because CCSJ's, they're going to probably send some pressure right here.
Jaheim Joseph is their go-to receiver. He's got 1 catch today. He also has got a carry, and he also has a tackle, doing a little bit of everything. Last week, 6 receptions. Let's see if they try to get him involved here. 4th down, and they rule it 4 yards. This is play number 13 of the drive that has taken over 6 minutes of the game clock. Vernelson can't avoid the blitz. CCSJ brings pressure, and the man to bring him down is Trevor Busey. And I'll tell you what, man, this team is fired up, and this might not be a huge crowd, but they're loud.
They are loud, and they are proud. We got a student section to the far left, waving the flags. Way to get the fans into it early in this game.
What did you see there? It looks like they brought pressure this time on 4th down.
It looks like they sent the whole house. And I mean, that's what you got to do. They've been killing them on the run all drive long, so why not just stop them?
Well, you talked about it. The defense has been great all season at 13 plays. Yeah, they gave up some yards, but they didn't break. No points. And now it's the CCSJ offense back to work. And look at this. You got 3 guys going from the bottom of your screen to the top of your screen. Kano gives off to the running back this time, CJ Cash. And Cash not able to get a whole lot. That was sniffed out very well on the back end. The stop made by Jake Skinner, the Mike linebacker.
And I wouldn't be surprised if CCSJ goes to that play again later on this drive, because there was no one paying respect to Blaze Kano on the rollout.
Kano, 1 pass for 11 yards. That was to the flat Jonathan Flemings, who's 3rd and long. They weren't able to convert the sticks. That's kind of been an area where they struggle, is the vertical passing game, moving it down the field. Let's see if they try and incorporate that here. Kano to pass, 2nd down, dumps it off. Flemings in the flat, the 30, 35, rumbles forward close to the 40. A nice tackle on hand made by Jaden King, but it's going to set up 3rd and very manageable here.
St. Mary's has been keying in on Fleming as a running back in the backfield. Looks like they lost track of him as a receiver, which he does very well.
We haven't seen a whole lot of Nino Barbosa in, but there's one thing to be said about Barbosa. This young man from Whiting can fly. Let's see
hometown favorite.
Let's see if they try to get him the ball here. Top of your screen, just inside the numbers. CCSJ needs to get to their own 41 to move the chains. Flag comes in, and a very nice spin isn't going to make up for it. Stop made by Trey Jackson. But this might be offsides. Hearing that we're seeing SMWC line up offsides a couple times. Let's see if they get it here.
And that's what they call a free play. It looks like St. Mary's was lined up offside at the beginning of the play.
Did you see it personally?
Yes, I did. I couldn't really tell the number because it looks like they wanted to probably send the house right there, but...
Well, it should move the sticks, and it would give CCSJ their first down. But SMWC is clapping as if this is going to be on CCSJ. It is. I'm not sure why SMWC was clapping, though. 5-yard penalty negates the 3rd down stop. This is going to be a new set of downs.
I think some championship postseason play chirping is going on down there. That's probably why we're seeing some clapping.
We're down under 4 minutes, still scoreless. Jared Schlinsky alongside Isaiah Gransberry. We've got a good one on hand so far tonight. Let's see if CCSJ can get it going on offense. They've got 7 guys around the line of scrimmage, 5-man rush, and a late whistle comes in. You're seeing them bring pressure. They are making them have to throw this football.
And they have good coverage. They've been dropping back consistently in man coverage, so you wonder, are they really just feeling confident right now, sending that pressure, covering the man?
I didn't get the penalty, but I believe it's on CCSJ, and this is going to move them back 5 yards. I don't know if it was delay a game. I didn't see the play clock hit 00. I don't know. Either way, it is a 5-yard penalty against CCSJ, but it'll be first down still, 1st and 15 for the Crimson Wave. Barbosa in the slot at the bottom of your screen. Kano drops back. Blitz picked up, dump it off to Fleming in the flat. Past the 45 and tumbles forward right around midfield. They like to use Fleming any way they can. Get him the ball, off tackle, in between the tackles, and now let him catch the ball to the backfield.
Definitely, and you said it a couple plays before. St. Mary's is sending a lot of pressure play after play, so why not give them what they asked for and hit them with a quick one?
Second catch today for Fleming. And this one is going to go for about 11 yards. It's going to set up 2nd down and 4 from midfield with just under 3 minutes. 6 on the line of scrimmage. Kano gives to Fleming, trying to stretch it out to the right. And not a whole lot there. Sniffed out quite well there by this SMWC defense. It was Hunter Cardwell on the stop. And this is going to bring up 3rd down and about 3.
And we see that play again where Kano rolls out after the handoff.
Why the spin after? Do you notice the spin?
They are reading what the backside defenders are doing. Are they staying honest or are they chasing the flow? And really, once again, they're chasing the flow. There was a guy in man coverage, but Kano, we can look for him to pull it very soon. Maybe even here.
We haven't seen him pull it yet, and the clock is going to stop following the whistle with 1 minute and 56 seconds. And, well, we've got a really good game on hand. No score here late in the first quarter. And remember, stay with us at halftime as we bring you the Hose Connections halftime report presented by Hose Connections. Proven under pressure. Jared Schlinsky alongside Isaiah Gransberry. This is CCSJ's 2nd offensive series, and that defense, like I said, that's what they've been known for all season. And they were able to get off the field and finally get a stop after giving up a 4th down conversion earlier. 3rd down, 3 to go, the clock rolling. Give to Flemings, trying to punch it through, and wow, he gets a great late burst past the SMWC 45, and Flemings takes his man for a ride. That was Gavin Roddy.
And that was actually Elijah Antis right there on the play. That's like
you're right.
The other back that really scares a lot of defenses around this football league.
Power and lightning. Fleming's kind of the lightning, and thunder and lightning, and Antis the thunder. I believe he's still in there too. They're going to keep Antis out there. 1 minute 20 as the clock rolls. Kano tries to escape, cannot. Sacked in the backfield and fired up on the play is Hunter Cardwell. No chance for Kano on 1st down. He's going to be sacked for about a loss of 7.
They are sending that pressure early and often.
And you get to see the train pass. If this doesn't give you a blue-collar feel to the game itself, well, hopefully the train does. You're in a blue-collar city in Whiting, and you're seeing some smash-mouth football.
Love it.
Indeed. 45 seconds in rolling. This could be potentially the final play of the quarter. SMWC looks like they're going to bring pressure here again. They've been bringing it a lot early on. Barbosa in the slot at the bottom of your screen. The receiver inside the numbers is Lauren Ruth. And we're going to get a delay of game here, I think.
Another delay of game.
Isaiah, you're a coach. I got to ask you, what is up with the shorts? It's cold. Why do coaches wear, especially football coaches, wear shorts?
It gets heated out there. When you're coaching and really trying to put your best foot forward for your players, you really don't realize that it's cold outside.
So you're telling me Jay Novak may be actually warm right now?
He might be warm. He might even be sweating at the moment.
Well, he doesn't look too happy with his offense after the delay of game. Makes it 2nd and 21. Kano rolls left. Doesn't look like anything's there, and there is nothing there. A sack from Trey Jackson. That's the 3rd sack now by this SMWC defense, and that is going to bring us to the end of quarter number 1. Some smash mouth football, hard-nosed defense. We've played 1 quarter here on Regent Sports. We're scoreless. We'll be back shortly. Jared Schlensky alongside Isaiah Gransby. You're watching Game Night on the Regent Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Third down and 30 when we return. The SMWC Pomeroys with 2 sacks, back-to-back sacks, and they have made this 3rd and forever. Jared Schlensky alongside Isaiah Gransberry. And this game, kind of what we anticipated, a lot of physical play and some hard-nosed defensive play.
Yeah, and both teams, they're playing like they want to win a championship. We mentioned it before. Defense wins championships, and neither team is backing down early in this one.
Winner of this one takes home the MSFL crown, and it is CCSJ serving as the number 1 seed. They won the conference title outright. These 2 teams did play each other, though, twice in the regular season. CCSJ lost the first time in overtime. They did win the second time at SMWC by a final of 30-27. A reminder that today's game is a production of the Regent Sports Network. Any other use, duplication, reproduction, or retransmission of the accounts and descriptions of this contest without the express written consent of the Regent Sports Network is prohibited. What do you do here on 3rd and 32?
You run it.
Well, they're going to throw. You taking a shot? Let's see. Kano rolls right to the sideline. It is caught. And past midfield, still on his feet. He's got not quite at the first down, but past the original marker. What a play by Robert Shigog. And all of a sudden now, maybe you're thinking about going for this on 4th down.
Yeah, you're in 4th and manageable, and you got the momentum on your side. You're playing at home. I don't see why they wouldn't go for it right here.
Shigog, I don't even have as on my 2 deep, but give him credit. He made 3rd and 32 about 4th and 6. And I do think Jay Novak's making the right decision here, making SMWC have to pin back and go as far as they got to go if they can pin him back.
Defense has been playing well early in this game. They really only had 1 possession, so pin them deep again, make St. Mary's drive the length of the field. If they do, tire them out a bit.
Devrin Johnson along with Jaheim Joseph back, and this punt is nearly blocked. It goes to the top of your screen, lands inside the 15, and that is where the SMWC offense is going to go to work for the 2nd time today. First offensive series for CCSJ. They go 3 and out. Second offensive series, able to move the ball a little bit, but still have yet to find the red zone. What does this offense need to do to start getting some longer, more consistent drives?
They really just got to not bury themselves on 2nd down. I think that's really been the key. Penalties and sacks, giving up sacks is really what forced them to have to get in those 3rd and long situations.
I had asked you earlier what it's like for coaches with shorts on the field, and you said it gets hot, it gets heated. Well, our very own Nathan Laird is down on the field, and he says it's freaking cold. So I just want to let you know that I was not the anomaly there. I thought it would be freezing, and Nathan agrees with me. 1st down stop, clogged up the middle by Cameron Perry, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. So I don't know. Are you a shorts guy when you're coaching?
No, I am not a shorts guy because my mother would be very disappointed in me if she saw me down there like that.
I bet she would. Mine would be too. 2nd down and 10. It's just you're more likely to catch a cold. I just don't see the logic behind it. Vernelson, the quarterback, was able to move the ball a little bit on the team's first series. Their go-to back is Perea. Blitz comes off the edge. Vernelson rolls right. He's in trouble. Throws it in the dirt. Incomplete. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Really?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Really impressive. Both teams sending pressure early.
For this team, Nino Barber. I don't know if these guys run the 40, but I would make an argument he's their fastest player.
He is their fastest player, and St. Mary's, they've really done a great job in containing him early. Haven't really said his name much, but we could right here.
Justin White to punt from his own goal line. Took a while to get that snap there. A low bouncing kick, and it is going to roll out of bounds right around the 30, and the Crimson Wave are going to have their best field position. And before we talk about this offensive series, I want to give credit to this crowd again. It's under 50. It's getting colder and colder with the wind effect off the lake. And I'll tell you what, they are loud and they are into it.
They are loud, and there's a student section on the far left. They are energetic, still waving their flags. Looks like one might have lost his flag, but still standing proud and enjoying the night.
And again, it's windy. It's going to be hard. You can see the American flag right next to the scoreboard there. It's picking up as the game goes on. Reminder, tonight after the game, we will have our Proud Union home play of the game brought to you by IKORCC. Build your future. Learn more at IKORCC.com. Blaze Kano in the Crimson Wave offense. Best field position. The SMWC 30. And this one's intercepted. Telegraphed down the sideline. Here he goes. Trey Jackson dragged down just outside the 10. He knew where Kano was going, and he read that one perfect. What a play.
Impressive.
An impressive return or two.
And that's really impressive by the St. Mary's defensive coordinator right there. They did pressure, and then it's almost like they dropped everybody back right there, and CCSJ wasn't used to it. And that's really what happened right there to get that pick.
12:57 to go in the half. They ruled Jackson out at the 16-yard line. We just said it was the best field position today for CCSJ. Now it's going to be the best field position for the Pomeroys. Vernelson in the shotgun. Gives to Pereira, and he goes nowhere. Excellent stop up front by Freddie Strezzo. And this defense looking to come through with a big stop here.
And as we mentioned earlier, CCSJ, this is where they thrived all season long, is with their backs against the wall. So I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with a turnover right here.
A 49-yard return on the INT. They do give a yard to the running back, Pereira, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Outside the numbers, the bottom of your screen, that's Corbin Cleveland. Instead, they go up the middle again with Perea, and Perea lunges forward close to the 10-yard line. The wind here, you don't really know what to expect. You're kicking into it, too, here. You think this might be 4-down territory if you don't get it here?
It's 4-down territory. I mean, you got to take points when you could get them, but at the same time, St. Mary's defense has been playing well.
And Nathan Laird over on the sideline giving us a on-field report that the guys trying to get their morale up a little bit higher, maybe a little disappointed after the interception.
It's hard, you got the crowd into it with some big plays early, and then deflating. You're driving, give up an interception in the red zone.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. Vernelson empty. I haven't seen this all game. He rolls right. Now he looks to go left, and he goes nowhere. Big hit on hand by the Crimson Wave.
Hobart's very own Josh Tejeda right there making a big play. As we mentioned, he's been making big plays all season, so hats off to him.
He had the big play last week that pretty much sealed the win, and they needed that on fourth down because a sack, even if he throws it away, that makes it manageable for a field goal. Now I'd have to think that takes him out of field goal range.
Yeah, it definitely takes him out of field goal range, but they're going to try anyway.
Wow. So this would be a 35-yarder kicking into the wind. This would be one heck of a kick.
One benefit they have is that they're in the dead middle of the field, so all he really has to do is just keep his head down and follow through.
Drake Varnes, 0 for 1 on field goals this season. And we got a late whistle here. I'm going to think this is early movement on the Pomeroys.
Yep, it's going to be false start again.
So what do you do here? I mean, does 5 yards make a difference? It does a little bit, right?
Yes, it does, but one benefit they still have is that they're in the middle of the field, so I can see it going either way right here.
So this is going to make it a 40-yarder now. And again, it's windy, it's cold, the ball might be, dead out there. This is a tough kick, and for someone that only has one field goal attempt on the season, this is asking a lot.
It is. It really is, but they trust in him, and it looks like they're going to keep him out there, so we'll see what happens.
Drake Varnes from 40 yards out. We're still scoreless. This would be the first point of the game. High snap put down nicely. This one's low. I don't even think it would have been high enough. And he hooked it to the left. So the pick does not come back to bite CCSJ. They get the stop. And now you get to see a little bit more emotion on the sideline.
Definitely, and that's one thing that we mentioned earlier in this game. CCSJ's defense, they have been coming up big every single game when it matters, and they do it once again right there.
And was set up by the Hobart native Josh Tejeda, the sack on third down. He's right now maybe in line for our blue-collar player of the game. We will give you that after today's game. Learn more about the Boilermakers Local 374 program by checking out their apprenticeship programs and much, much more at local374.org. 10 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the first half. It's the CCSJ Crimson Wave in a scoreless defensive battle against the St. Mary of the Woods College Pomeroys.
It looks like they have a quarterback switch right here for CCSJ. Number 13, Carson Crow, who got a lot of reps last game, back in the game right here.
Yeah, 7 of 12, also threw for a touchdown. He finished the game quarterback keeper on first down. Got a little bit of breathing room out past his own 30. He's going to get a good pickup there on first down. And we've seen both these teams do this season. I'm not sure the notion here you've got two because you don't have one applies. These guys each bring something different to the table.
They do, and it also makes the defense have to think a little more on, okay, well, now that their foot speed quarterback is out of the game, what are they going to try to do in the passing game against us?
And we haven't really seen this spread look so much today for CCSJ. They got 3 receivers here at the bottom of the screen. Let's see what they do here. Flag comes in. Crow keeps, and Crow down the SMWC sideline, pushed out around his own 45, but is it going to stay? Did you see anything? Could you tell?
Yes, it looks like the defense jumped offside, so that would be a free play, and they'll be moving up the field. But nevertheless, great play by Crow right there, reading the defender on the defensive end for the first down.
Yeah, you called it, too. It's going to be against SMWC. That's their second offside today. And Crow from Griffith, Indiana, has been more, I guess, kind of like a wildcat running back, or wildcat quarterback. 13 carries, 98 yards. When they get in some of these goal-to-goal situations in the 5, they like to utilize his skill set.
Definitely, and one thing that I'm interested to know is maybe that CCSJ has played them 3 times. St. Mary's might be trying to read the snap count. now that we've seen them jump off sides multiple times early in this game, maybe CCSJ switched it up on them.
Two receivers, both side, motion man. That's Barbosa. Instead, it goes to Flemings, and Flemings initially stuffed, does lunge forward, and now we're getting some playoff pushing going on. Stop made on hand by, looked like, Jake Skinner. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8. And it's amazing to see. Both teams know they want to establish the run, and yet they're able to do that a little bit.
Yeah, they are, and it's easier for CCSJ with two backs, two powerful backs that can really beat you off the edge or up the middle.
Crow, pressured, throws on the move, and a little bit too low. Unable to hang on to it is Colin Phelps. This is going to bring up 3rd and 8. And this is where it gets interesting because we've seen so many dump-offs to the running back. And the one guy that they like to use in these situations just checked in, Josh Jones, along with Darren Reese. These guys, they're big, but they can catch the ball.
They are, and I wouldn't be surprised if St. Mary's just drops into man coverage again, just in having an extra guy key on the running back so they don't get beat on the screen.
And here comes Elijah Antis, the number 2 back. You can hear the bell from the sideline. Low snap, Crow in trouble, and they end up getting on it. It wasn't Crow who came away with it. Instead, it was CCSJ, and recovered by the Crimson Wave, but they're going to have no chance or no choice here but to punt the football.
Impressive by St. Mary's, really disguising the pressure that they sent, and they really forced that play right there, a broken play.
4th down brings out Jared Saez, the punter who's had himself a busy day so far. Bottom of your screen, the returner is Jaden Joseph. On the far side, it's Devron Joseph. And, well, we haven't seen either returner get really a chance to return the ball. Saez bobbles the snap. He's in trouble and dropped behind his own 40. SMWC comes through, and the hit delivered by Xander Wilbur. And another good starting field position here for the Pomeroys.
Back-to-back drives, and now the offensive coordinator is probably telling the offense, all right, guys, we've had pretty good field position 2 times in a row. We need to convert on it right now.
Brings up 1st and 10 for the Pomeroys at the CCSJ 29. The previous series, they were at the CCSJ 16. And while they sent their kicker, Drake Varnes, out from 40, and he didn't get all that close to hitting. It makes you think they probably got to get inside the 10 to have a chance for a field goal. Vernelson, 1st down, gives to his go-to guy, Pereira. And Pereira, up forward, close to the 25, gets about 3 yards. Thoughts so far after 1/2? We've seen some good defensive stops, and at times both teams able to run the football.
Defense wins championships, and it looks like both defenses have come to play early on in this game. And it might come down to which defense can score on the result.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because the first time these two teams met here, they combined for 62 points. The previous time on the road, they combined for 57 points. We don't have any points. Vernelson taking a deep shot, and he had him. Overthrows Jaheim Joseph, who we've seen play some offense, some defense, and special teams. He had him down the sideline.
I wouldn't necessarily say that was overthrown. I think the receiver just thought that, okay, well, if I catch it, or which side am I going to catch it on? Because it was placed perfectly by the quarterback on his back shoulder, where if he caught it, no defenders were there. He just has to reach across the pylon.
Incomplete. That's a big break. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 8. The clock stops at 6:53. We've seen both these teams bring pressure. You expect to see maybe a blitz here?
Yeah, I think CCSJ is going to have to make this quarterback uncomfortable early on right here.
Well, Josh Tejeda has done a good job getting to the quarterback all season long. And instead, Vernelson, I don't know if he got in trouble and somehow gets that pass away. It does look like there was a receiver in the area. The man that would have been there was Corey Miller. And give Vernelson credit, he somehow got rid of the ball.
Yeah, that quarterback has some pretty strong legs. It looked like he had probably 2 CCSJ defenders on him. Still got the pass off.
I think this is the right decision. I think you got to go for this here.
Go for it.
Your defense has been good. CCSJ's offense really hasn't done a whole lot. It's probably the best decision to go for it here. 6:47, 4th down. Can CCSJ get a stop? They're 1 for 2 on 4th down today. 2 receivers both set. Vernelson steps up, and he is short. Hit by your boy Tejeda again, the Hobart native. You coached him, and well, he's playing good tonight.
Yes, he's playing very well, making up another big play for the CCSJ defense, who makes another stop with their backs against the wall. Isn't that impressive?
It is. Was he the spy there? What was that? What was his responsibility?
It looks like he was the spy, and they said, okay, well, this quarterback's not going to beat us on his feet on it when it's 4th and 7, so executed right there very well.
Well, you saw him fill a gap before back at Hobart, right?
Yeah.
He could still fill a gap. Well, it's going to go back to the Crimson Wave. And, I'm curious. You're a college coach. You're seeing some high-end football. For some kids, this might be, the best option to consider playing sprint football.
Sprint football is amazing, and it gives kids an opportunity. I mean, you're fast, but you might not be as big. You have the opportunity to compete all over the field, and there's so many chances to get on the field.
1st down. Late flag comes in, and Kano has nowhere to go. Sacked from behind by Zayden Wilbur. We've called his name, and it looks like this is going to be against the Crimson Wave. And I'm curious to see how much of it is going to be region players. Again, a lot of these players are from the region, but they didn't see sprint football up close for the first time. Now they do have an opportunity to see it for the first time.
It is going to be so amazing to just see how good of things this program will do for the region. I mean, it's already bought players from all across the country, stretching from California to North Carolina, and they're able to be housed in a dorm, great education, and they're able to play football, continue their dream.
Both teams have players from 10 different states, so it's not like it's all Indiana or the Chicagoland area. These kids are coming from across the nation. And you got to think sprint football might expand too.
Yes, I can see it expanding. I mean, this is another opportunity for colleges to really get their names out there and give kids an opportunity to get an education while working towards something athletically.
1st down it's 1st and 25 following the penalty, and that was Elijah Antis trying to scoot to his right. Not a whole lot there. Going to pick up a couple of yards, and the game clock's going to roll under 6 minutes. Still scoreless. Jared Schlensky alongside Isaiah Gransberry. And again, remember, we've got your Host Connections halftime report coming after this first half comes to an end. The question is, are we going to get anybody on the scoreboard?
Yeah, it's been a great defensive battle. I mean, it's really not anything the offense is doing wrong. The defenses have just come to play early on.
2nd down, 22. Blitz comes, picked up, and Kano, I guess held on to it a little bit too long. We are seeing a ton of quarterback sacks, and this time it comes off the edge. It was Xavier Grant. We've called his name a little bit so far tonight. This is going to bring up 3rd and forever again.
We see the pressure hit them again. They're both teams sending in pressure. I can see St. Mary's with CCSJ having their backs against the wall offensively, send some pressure right here.
Yeah, that's now the 4th sack today for the Pomeroys. 4 sacks through one half of play. That's pretty good. And down up against your own goal line, are you just trying to get out of here as far as you can?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they hand it off to Answers right now. Just get them some space. It looks like they're going to talk it over right here.
And we're going to take one with them. 4:48 to go. 3rd and 27 when we return. Crimson Wave 0, the SMWC Pomeroy 0. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Jay Novak and the Crimson Wave used their first timeout with 4:48 remaining here in the half. Jared Schlemsky alongside my man Isaiah Gransberry. We've got a good one on hand, seeing some good defense, and we've seen CCSJ backed up before, but we haven't seen them backed up inside their own 10. This is not where you want to be right now.
And this is probably one of the biggest play calls of the game to this point, because if they can get some space and get out of this situation, they'll be in good.
They're chucking it deep down the far sideline. Oh, he was looking for the speedster, Alexander Delache. Excellent coverage on the back end by the DB, Hunter Cardwell. I love the shot there. Why not let it rip?
Yeah, why not? Defense was probably thinking run, and surprise them over the top. Unfortunately, just a little bit underthrown.
And this is going to bring out the punting unit. And the first time today, the Crimson Wave have had to punt from their own goal line. We've seen the Pomeroys do it, and they were able to get it off. Now CCSJ, who's already had trouble getting off one punt earlier, they're going to need to execute this. A little bit high.
Uh-oh.
And he gets off a low line drive punt, takes a bounce, and they let it roll. Wow, a great bounce. And this is going to go all the way back to the Pomeroys' 40-yard line. That punt covered over 50 yards, and we've got a flag, which means this could be coming back even more.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened right there, but nevertheless, great punt and got a little bit of region wind right there.
You surprised they let that roll and no one tried to pick that up?
I am very surprised. Coaches often teach their players to field it, especially in those situations. Don't lose any unnecessary yards.
And Jay Novak on the sideline now has made his way all the way out past the 50 on the short side of the field. He wants to know the penalty. And you got to give credit where credit's due. Both these head coaches have just done a tremendous job. A penalty against SMWC is going to be declined. And yeah, obviously we're slightly biased towards CCSJ being a region team, but you can't take anything away from Blaine Powell and his son Trey Powell. This offense has been explosive, and there's a reason both these teams are 5-1.
Yeah, they've done a great job, and we've seen hints of that explosiveness early on in this game. Just neither team able to really put the cherry on top of the sundae.
It's been a pretty darn fast-moving first half. This game started a little bit past 7, and we're almost done. Less than an hour and a half of football.
That's what a good running game does.
Yeah, was that the broadcaster jinx now? Are we going to get overtime again? Nathan and I had that, our own very Nathan Laird, week 1. Good run on first down from Perea is stopped by Tony Matareno, and it's going to bring up second down and about 6 to go. And it wouldn't surprise me if we get overtime. These two teams, I'd say they're both equally as good as one another.
They are, and they really have everything that each team has done, and they understand what's happening now.
Perea again, second down. He's got the first down right across midfield, and you talk about some tough running. He showed that right there. Let me ask you this. You're a high school coach. How do you go about dictating who's going to play on the line for kids that probably didn't play on the line in high school with the weight ramifications?
Well, defensively, the game has really shifted to defensive linemen having to be more agile and athletic than they've been in the past. So you look for kids who, on the defensive end positions, who might be power forwards or centers, like 6'4", 6'3", receiver, tight end type players. Put them on the end.
Perea stuffed on first down. Absolutely nowhere. You talk about initial penetration. There it was from Isaac Hedwig and CJ Cash. So maybe some of the guys that play DN now maybe go inside and play D tackle. But what about the offensive line? That's got to be a really big adjustment.
Yeah, offensive line, you really put your hogs there. The people who like contact at the pulling guard position, you really got to have somebody athletic and somebody who is able to put their pads down and lay the wood, so call it. And that's what a lot of teams do.
Loss of 1 makes it 2nd and 11. The Pomeroys with the ball. Game clock under 3 minutes. Still no score. Vernelson pumps. Rolls right. And he is sacked.
Tejeda sniffs him out again, the Hobart native with his 3rd sack of the game, and they just have him on consistent spy mode at this point.
Yeah, he is their spy. It doesn't even look like they're bringing him off the edge. He's waiting to see what the quarterback does, and in that case, Vernelson held on to the ball. Brings up 3rd down and 14 with just over 2 minutes. We've got a great game. Again, this one will dictate the winner of the Midwest Spring Football League in its inaugural season. And while these two teams have already played each other twice, question is, if you're Jay Novak, you call a timeout if you get a stop. Going to the wheel route, and he's got him down the sideline. What a beautiful throw from Vernelson to Perea, the biggest pickup of the game. And he dropped in a dime.
I'm not sure if it's just me or my eyes, but that wheel route might have been the quickest wheel route I've ever seen in the game of football. But that's what we're here to expect here in the Sprint Football League. Lots of fast players.
3rd down and 11, and the Pomeroys pick it up, and they are now at the CCSJ 25 as the clock continues to roll under 2 minutes. Bobbled and dove on by Vernelson and Perea, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now you got to start thinking about time management. Are the Pomeroys going to have to start using their timeouts and try to get as close as they can to set up a field goal? We saw them try a field goal earlier. They couldn't get it from 40.
Well, and I think they have in the back of their head someone who we've mentioned who hasn't really had a good footing in this game, Nino Barbosa. You really don't want to give that CCSJ offense a chance for a quick shot.
Minute 20, Vernelson to throw over the middle, way too high. I don't think we're going to get PI. That ball was uncatchable. He might have gotten there a little early, and it was way too high for the tight end Munoz.
And I know that quarterback is probably smacking himself on the head right now because he had number 0.
Devron Johnson.
Yes, Devron Johnson wide open in the end zone on the post route.
Yeah, he was looking for Munoz over the middle. I thought he had him too. And while Johnson is lined up right now in between 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen, Vernelson 3rd and 13. Just over a minute, rolls right. He's going to go to the end zone, and he forces it, and it is intercepted? No, incomplete. My question is that offensive pass interference, or did he push him after he touched the ball?
No, that was a clean play right there, but looks like we have a player down. But nevertheless, I mean, the quarterback, he wanted to hit Johnson right there again, but CCSJ covered it well.
And can't see who it was that was in line for the interception.
Isaac Hedgewood.
Yeah, Hegwood, the outside linebacker. He's able to get up to his feet, but he might have rolled an ankle there. And with a minute 7, he's able to get up under his own power, but he's a little bit slow to get off the field. 4th down and 13. I mean, you got to go for it again, right?
Yeah, you go for it right here. You give yourself an opportunity to just get past the sticks. Maybe we might see that wheel route to the wide side of the field this time. But nevertheless, it's going to have to be a shot, 4th and 13.
So this time the first time we saw it go towards the far sideline, which is the viewer's top of the screen. You think it's coming into the bottom of the screen this time?
I think it might potentially come to the bottom of the screen, or they might go tunnel screen, which CCSJ has struggled with, and also bubble screen could be in the arsenal as well.
Well, they love to get Devron Johnson the ball. 11 catches, 164 yards. 4th down, Vernelson throws, and he's got a man, and just a little bit too far out of the reach. He had Jaheim Joseph in the corner of the end zone and just put it out there a little too much.
And CCSJ with their 3rd stop with their back against the wall. Wow, these guys have been impressive tonight.
Yeah, both teams 5-1 overall on the year. CCSJ undefeated in what is considered conference play. That first matchup technically wasn't a conference game, I guess, because it was their inaugural game. And they're going to get the ball with a minute to go. This has not been an offense that can really be a quick striking offense. Do you look for them to maybe run this ball out, go into the half scoreless, or do you want to see them take some shots here?
One thing we've seen in the past this season is Nino Barbosa, which nobody is covering right now. So I could see them using him as some leverage right here.
Oh, we got a running back to jump, and it was Antis. I think he was getting the ball there. And Barbosa lined up in between 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. And that's going to make it 1st and 15, but it should put those 2 seconds back on the clock now.
They might want to get somebody over the top of Nino Barbosa right here. They didn't have anybody covering him, and it looks like he was about to take off right there.
Yeah, I'm really surprised we're not seeing 2 safeties or even a little bit more of like a prevent or a shell. It just looks like they're playing a little bit too much. I don't want to say press coverage, but a little bit too much on the ball.
Yeah, and it looks like they want to send some pressure, which is not a bad idea. They've been very successful with it, but understand that one of the biggest weapons that CCSJ has.
We've seen Kano come in, but now it is Carson Crow, so this is his 2nd offensive series. Trips to the bottom of your screen, 1 receiver at the top. Crow keeps. Flag comes in past the original line of gain. Wow, does he have some long strides. And he gets out of bounds right around the 35, but I think this is coming back.
Yeah, it looks like they got him on holding on that play.
54 seconds. And you can tell CCSJ not too thrilled with the holding call there. Overall, first half impression, I told you, this first time they met, 62 total points, second time 57 points. We've got 0 points.
I hope there wasn't any betting lines on this game.
Well, the under is absolutely dominating, that's for sure.
Indeed.
Yeah. 54 seconds. First down and 20 now, and you got to think, if you're SMWC, you might want to even consider using some of your timeouts here. You've preserved them. You might get the ball potentially back one more time if you can get a 3 and out.
Yeah, they should definitely utilize those timeouts if they are able to.
Carson Crow to pass. Wow. Up against his goal line is picked off. Inside the 10 and dancing forward all the way inside the 5 near the goal line. A huge interception, and this ball was picked off by Elias De Jesus. That's the last thing you wanted.
Yeah, it looks like some miscommunication in the secondary right there for CCSJ. The receiver ran an out. Maybe Crow was expecting him to run it in right there, but nevertheless, good execution on the interception by St. Mary's.
Wow, I was really surprised to see that ball get thrown. Now you got to find a way to get one more stop. And you've got to think this is a touchdown or nothing with the way the kicking has gone and with the wind and how close you are. Let's see. CCSJ loads the box. Perea first down. Gets inside to about the 3, and a timeout taken by SMWC. This is far from ideal, but you've seen this defense come through. What are you designing here? You've got to, I assume, load the box, right?
Yeah, load the box right here. I mean, it's really easy to cover. Well, I wouldn't say it's easy.
Not easy, no.
But it's easier to cover the pass when you don't have that much field behind you. So I can see them loading the box right here, maybe sending some pressure off the edge to really try to get them stopped in the backfield.
Well, we've seen both these teams really squander with excellent field position today. The question is, can CCSJ's defense come through one more time on this chilly Saturday night? Remember, stay with us. After this half comes to an end, we will have the Hose Connections halftime report. We'll break down the first half, give you some stats, and then get you ready with our Castle Subaru keys to the second half.
Looking forward to it.
And right now, we've seen a dearth of offense. You haven't seen the production from either team.
Yeah, I think our key might be to score.
Yeah, right? Well, right now, SMWC is knocking on the door. The interception from Eliza De Jesus has set them up at the CCSJ 3-yard line. And they're going power personnel. Looks like they've got 8 on the line of scrimmage. Motion man, Vernelson rolls right, keeps, and is he in? This is close. No, he is short.
That was a monster stop by CCSJ's number 52, Ty Robert. Oh, my apologies. Trevor Busey.
Yeah, Bussey gets the stop, and this is going to bring it inside the 1-yard line. Do you even get under center? Do you go in the gun here? Do you get under center, maybe try to power forward? What do you do here?
I'm old school. I love the run game, and I would say get under center and get your running backs behind you and push forward. But
so no quarterback sneak. You're giving it to a back.
No, the quarterback sneak for sure.
Okay.
But who knows? I mean, the new modernized game, they like getting in shotgun and handing it off, so they might do some misdirection right here.
You know, one thing that you don't see a lot, when I think of one offense that does it a little bit, is Iowa. And what they'll do, and obviously Iowa has not been good by any means this season offensively, but they like to show the gun and then get under center and do a quick snap. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that necessarily here.
That is probably one of the best modernized techniques to a QB sneak in the modern day offense, is when teams line up in that shotgun position and maybe have some calls toward the wide receivers and then get right under center and surprise them.
Let's see if we get a quick snap. A lot of teams in a situation like this want to get on the ball right away and go. SMWC at the CCSJ 1. They're getting power. And they're going to give it to Perea, and he is stuffed. He tried to stretch it. And this is going to set up 4th down, and you know they're going for it, right? You got to go for it here.
I don't know. Coach might be thinking, all right, well, let's run it down and let's kick a field goal right here, right in front.
You were inside the 1.
You get some points. You just got stopped 3 times inside the 5-yard line. Might want to get some points right here.
We're going to keep it here on the timeout. I like the decision by Blaine Powell to use this timeout. And you know, it's easy to be up here. But why go lateral when you're inside the 1-yard line? Why not go forward?
Yeah, that's very interesting call for sure. I think maybe he was wanted to test the DBs, test their tackling ability, but really couldn't get there. Good edge pressure by CCSJ right there.
And you got to give credit to this defense, man. They have had bad field position to work with, and they have not broken. And they are going to bring out, I think, the kicking unit here. Wow, This is huge. In a game like this, it's cold. Both teams have struggled to move the ball. A field goal could be the difference.
Yeah, it might very well be 3-0 at the end of this game with the way these defenses are playing.
The first kick from Drake Varnes was short, and he hooked it left, and that was from 40. This is going to be a 21-yarder. You try to ice the kicker here if you're Novak?
100%.
I don't see an official by him, so I don't know how he would get the timeout off. Low snap. Kick is up, and it is good, and that is going to do it for the first half. Drake Varnes gets the SMWC Pomeroys the game's first points, a 21-yarder. But you have to think inside your own 5, and you only give up a field goal. You did your job.
Yeah, and CCSJ really has to feel good about that. They just stopped a powerful run game inside the 5 3 times in a row. I think they're going to have a little chip on their shoulder for the rest of this game.
Well, we've got a lot to talk about when we return with our Host Connections halftime report. We'll break down the first half, give you some keys to the second half, brought to you by Castle Subaru, and then before you know it, we'll be ready to resume second half action. But for now, we are going to take a timeout. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Ethos Dental Group in Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake.
Thank you for taking me home. It's so far.
Don't worry about it, Grandma. This will be fun. 2 chocolate milkshakes, please.
Make it 3.
3?
Did you get his number?
No, Grandma. Grandma!
Excuse me?
Some relationships get better with time. That's why I got a Crosstrek.
97% of Subaru vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road.
I'm so glad you got a Subaru.
I wonder who gave me the idea.
Oh.
Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Check out the new Subarus at Castle Subaru in Portage.
Are you a steel hauler? Come work for Area Transportation. You must have a current valid Class A commercial driver's license and at least 1 year of recent verifiable steel hauling experience and at least 2 years of recent verifiable interstate experience operating a commercial motor vehicle. Call recruiting at 1-855-400-6939. That's 1-855-400-6939.
Since 2000, Hose Connections in Hammond has been a premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop offering quality hydraulic and pneumatic products and services. Hose Connections takes pride in not only meeting but exceeding customers' expectations. To learn all about the products and services that Hose Connections offers, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com or call 219-844-6570. Hose Connections in Hammond, proven under pressure. For over 113 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. Whether it's a simple, elaborate, traditional, or unique service, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. Visit them on the web at burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 942-1117. Pre-plan for your family's sake.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Hanger Insurance Group in Crown Point is passionate about providing a premier service insurance agency featuring customized coverage and meaningful relationships. They understand that you've built a life and they want to help you protect it. From home to life insurance, they offer a wide variety of coverage to fit your needs. From choosing a plan to filing claims, Hanger Insurance Group's agents are ready to help. Stop in for a quote at 950 South Court Street in Crown Point or visit them online at hangerinsurancegroup.com. Protect what you love.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake.
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
The Hose Connections halftime report starts right now. Hose Connections off of Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. Jared Schlensky alongside Isaiah Gransberry. We've had ourselves one heck of a first half. Some smash-mouth, old-school football. Our score, 3-0. If you had betting lines on this one, well, the under is dominating. And the only score coming off the right leg of Drake Barnes, a 21-yard field goal that was set up by an interception from Elias DeJesus, set him up inside the 5. And what maybe questionable decision to throw the football, but give credit to CCSJ's defense. They've had not the best starting field position as a defense, and they've only given up 3 points.
Yeah, defenses have really come into play on both sides, but really CCSJ being very impressive with their backs against the wall 3 times. 3 times, and really, I mean, St. Mary's came out with the field goal, but you can really credit that to CCSJ stopping them 3 times in a row inside the 5-yard line, and this defense is playing very well today.
They've been outstanding. The CCSJ defense today, 8 passing yards allowed, only 65 rushing yards. And when you look at this defense, it's the Hobart native Josh Tejeda getting it done. He's got 1 sack, 1 pass deflection, and he leads all tacklers with 1 tackle for loss for 6 yards. They've used him as a spy, and he's had himself a really nice outing so far today.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and just a way to represent CCSJ and the Hobart community, honestly, playing some smash mouth football. But he's not the only one. Trevor Busse, he's doing a great job as well, cleaning up a lot of the edge players and doing an excellent job just really making that quarterback uncomfortable.
And you look at this defense for SMWC led by Hunter Cardwell. He's got 6 tackles, including 3 for tackles for loss. And, of course, the pick set up by Elias DeJesus. This defense, which maybe is not what they're most known for, has done just about everything perfect to keep CCSJ off the board. That brings me to our next point, our Castle Subaru keys to the game. Or the second half, I should say. Let's start with this CCSJ offense. They're going to kick to begin the half, but what do they got to do to be able to manufacture some long, consistent drives?
They'll have to really just get their running game back going. The St. Mary's, credit to them and stopping them early on in this game, but CCSJ, that's what they've lived off of all season long, a consistent running game and then hitting them on the top when the defense starts sleeping. So I can see them coming out making those adjustments, getting that running game going with Fleming and Antis, and that'll be a real game changer.
You look at what the SMWC offense has done. They really moved the ball well early on, but only able to get 3 points. When you look at their offense, what do you expect to see in the second half?
St. Mary's, they're really just going to have to connect on those deep balls. Their receivers have been open. The quarterback has just been getting pressured and not really been able to read his reads correctly. But if he can adjust and stay calm under pressure and connect on one of those deep balls, we saw them connect on the wheel route, I can see them turning this tide around as well.
So those are the offensive keys brought to you by Castle Subaru for both teams. Stop in and get your keys to a new Castle Subaru. At Castle Subaru, that is. You can check them out and the rest of the Castle inventory of new and used vehicles at castlesubaru.com, just off Highway 6 in Portage, and online at castlesubaru.com. It's hard to say what of these defenses need to do much better because they've been so good. But if you're Jay Novak, what do you tell your CCSJ defense and what you want to see for the second half?
You tell them we've been lucky. There was a couple times where we lost our receiver in coverage. We got to make sure we're on the same page and just get the stops. You know, every receiver has to be accounted for, and so that's what Coach Novak's telling his defense right now.
What about Matt McLaren and his SMWC defense? They've done an outstanding job. They haven't even allowed the CCSJ Crimson Wave to get inside their own 20 yet. They've kept him off the board. What's the message to his defense?
Keep on gang tackling. Antis and Fleming, those backs are something that if they get past your first line, they will break off long runs. And if they can continue to contain them and keep them to 2 yards or less on each run play, they'll be in good shape for the rest of this game.
So these teams know what's at stake, right? You're playing for a championship. This isn't just a conference championship. You're playing for a conference championship in a league's inaugural season. You got a chance to have bragging rights. You got to imagine emotions are pretty high. What do you tell your team from a composure standpoint and just going forward in the second half?
Have fun. I mean, this is really no pressure for either team. They're just playing. Both of them are getting their feet wet in this new league with this new opportunity, and it's really just going to be a barn burner. But at the end of the day, it's football. So you just have fun, enjoy the moment, enjoy the ambiance, and see what happens at the end.
And that does it here for the first part of our Host Connections Castle Host Connections halftime report. Those are your Castle Subaru keys to the second half. Special thanks to Isaiah Gransberry for giving them to us. We're going to take a quick timeout. We've got about 7 minutes to the start of the second half, and it will be St. Mary's receiving and the Pomeroys leading CCSJ 3-0. It's coming up next here back on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Ethos Dental Group in Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake.
Thank you for taking me home. It's so far.
Don't worry about it, Grandma. This will be fun. 2 chocolate milkshakes, please.
Make it 3.
3?
Did you get his number?
No, Grandma. Grandma!
Excuse me?
Some relationships get better with time. That's why I got a cross-check.
97% of Subaru vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road.
I'm so glad you got a Subaru.
I wonder who gave me the idea.
Oh.
Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Check out the new Subarus at Castle Subaru in Portage.
Are you a steel hauler? Come work for Area Transportation. You must have a current valid Class A commercial driver's license and at least 1 year of recent verifiable steel hauling experience and at least 2 years of recent verifiable interstate experience operating a commercial motor vehicle. Call recruiting at 1-855-400-6939. That's 1-855-400-6939.
Since 2000, Hose Connections in Hammond has been a premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop offering quality hydraulic and pneumatic products and services. Hose Connections takes pride in not only meeting but exceeding customers' expectations. To learn all about the products and services that Hose Connections offers, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com or call 219-844-6570. Hose Connections in Hammond, proven under pressure. For over 113 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. Whether it's a simple, elaborate, traditional, or unique service, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. Visit them on the web at burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 942-1117. Pre-plan for your family's sake.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Hanger Insurance Group in Crown Point is passionate about providing a premier service insurance agency featuring customized coverage and meaningful relationships. They understand that you've built a life and they want to help you protect it. From home to life insurance, they offer a wide variety of coverage to fit your needs. From choosing a plan to filing claims, Hanger Insurance Group agents are ready to help. Stop in for a quote at 950 South Court Street in Crown Point or visit them online at hangerinsurancegroup.com. Protect what you love.
Did you know?
Wow, they'll prepare fresh fish while you wait.
Did you know?
They make over 40,000 donuts from scratch every week?
Did you know?
They offer 23 different deli platters for your party?
Did you know?
They have freshly chopped fajita mix ready to cook.
Did you know?
They have the best fried chicken in the area.
Did you know?
They offer our signature curbside service 14 hours a day.
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
The second half is set to kick off here in the MSFL Conference Championship game here from Whiting, Indiana. Jared Schlinsky alongside Isaiah Gransberry. Been a defensive battle today. The only points off the right leg of Drake Varnes. A 21-yard field goal to close out the first half. And it'll be SMWC trying to double up. They're going to get the ball to begin the half. And if you're CCSJ, you got to give credit where credit's due. You've had your back up against the wall. They had the ball inside the 5, and you held them to 3.
Yeah, we talked about it. Defenses have been playing very well today, but you really got to tip your cap to CCSJ. You mentioned it. Stopping a team, a college football team, inside the 5-yard line 3 times in a row, that's pretty darn impressive, and they did it.
Yeah, they've been terrific all season long. This defense forced 17 turnovers in the regular season. They might not be forcing turnovers, but they're getting turnover on downs, which essentially is a turnover.
Yeah, and it is. And I think they've gotten 2 or 3 of them. And we mentioned at the beginning of the game, 3 would be the ultimate key to keep them in this game, and they're still in it. Now they just need the offense. Connect on a big play. Might see some trickery since it's the conference championship, but something going on offense to get on the board.
You expect to see both quarterbacks. We saw a little bit of Carson Crow there in the second half. You expect to see some packages for him here in the second half?
Yeah, I think the coordinators probably saw some things that they liked on the read option and being able to spread out the defense as well. So we'll probably see something more of Crow, but I wouldn't doubt it if we saw some Kano as well.
3 returners back for the SMWC Pomeroys. The man in the way back, and they got a switch. Yeah, they're not lined up right, is Kerry Lacey. So he is back. He is the far returner. And this CCSJ return unit or special coverage unit has done a pretty good job all day today, whether it be on the punt coverage or whatever it may be.
Special teams is an important part of the game that a lot of teams really don't realize. It's a third of the game. And if you have good special teams, you give yourself an excellent shot to compete for that W at the end of the game.
Jared Saez is going to kick off. You don't think we're getting an onside kick here at all, do you?
No, just some gamesmanship. Keep them honest. But it looks like St. Mary's didn't budge one bit right there.
When you meet in the middle like that, do you maybe even switch where your guys were? Do some guys go to the left, some go to the right?
That actually would be something cool to do. I never really thought of it that way.
Right, just to throw them off maybe?
Yeah.
Low bouncer. Hauled in outside the 40. I don't think they were trying an onside kick, but I think they wanted to see what that bounce could do.
Yeah, and sometimes you never know. With the way the wind has been, I saw some pretty crazy things on the internet of balls just flying in the air coming right back. Actually, Hobart last night on the Region Sports Network got 2 onside kicks at the end of the game against New Prairie, but you never know. You never really know.
And here come the Pomeroys offense out to work. They really struggled to move the ball in the first half, similar to CCSJ. And on first down, they give to Perea, breaks free to the outside, still on his feet, has a first down and then some. And one play into the second half, the Pomeroys already in CCSJ territory.
That was just determination right there by the Pomeroys.
First half stats, it was 37 passing yards for Vernelson, 2 of 10 through the air, and they had 67 rushing yards, and that one goes for about 12 on first down. Remember, we've got some awards to hand out after the game. Looking forward to that. But right now, this is a good one. 3-0. SMWC gives again Perea, and he does not get a whole lot here on first down inside CCSJ territory. And actually, that wasn't Perea. That was Kerry Lacey. So Kerry Lacey in the backfield now.
A hard run right there.
Second down and 8. These teams have struggled for the most part on third and fourth down. You look at SMWC, 2 of 9 on third down. Second down, Perea up the middle. He fights through to close to the 35. It's going to set up third and short, but again, both teams have really struggled on third down today.
Yeah, and really the run game has been kind of iffy for St. Mary's in this game outside of these plays that we've seen right here in the second half.
Yeah, really good start to the second half. And don't forget, they moved the ball pretty well on their first offensive series to begin the game.
Yes.
Ultimately, though, we're not able to get points. Third down and about 3. Crimson Wave are all over the line of scrimmage. I don't even see a safety out there. Perea, third down. Stopped initially, but I think he was able to lunge forward for it.
Good second effort right there.
Yeah. Looked like Bussy got to him first, but ultimately couldn't keep him from getting the first down. And that is going to move the chains again. The second first down of this drive on this chilly Saturday evening here in Whiting. Let's see if we see a pass. We've seen 4 plays so far on offense in the second half, not one pass yet. Might not be a bad idea to do it on first down. Top of your screen, that's Devron Johnson. They like to throw to him. High snap, Vernelson in trouble, and he'll be lucky to get back to the original line of gain.
Great hands by the quarterback right there.
Yeah, a little hot on the snap?
Yeah, that could have been a little ugly, especially if it went over his head. But great awareness by the quarterback to catch it and get right down.
2nd and 11. They say he lost a yard. Receivers at your bottom of your screen. The one on the outside, that's Jaheim Joseph. Looks like they're playing man coverage across the board. Vernelson to throw over the middle, caught, and a big hit delivered inside the 10. A heck of a catch by Devron Johnson as the hit came in from Tejeda along with Isaac Hegwood. And Hegwood a little slow to get off the field following the hit.
Yeah, that was a questionable collision right there by the head. Looks like the trainer's going to check him out, but they finally found Johnson in coverage. We've been talking about him all game, and they finally connect.
Yeah, they connect for over 30 yards, and they closed out the first half inside the 10-yard line of CCSJ. Now they're right there again, 1st and goal from the Crimson Wave 6. Vernelson, Perea makes the first man miss, gets to the goal line. The ball popped out there? I think the ball popped out. CCSJ says they have it. CCSJ thinks they got the football.
Oh, refs indicating 2nd down.
That ball definitely popped out, but it's going to stick with the Pomeroys. Oh, that's big.
And CCSJ, they have to have some confidence here, right here on the goal line. Getting stops early in this game. Let's see what they do here.
And don't forget, they had 3rd and goal inside the 1, and they kept them from finding the goal line. Let's see what they do here. Vernelson, he's going to keep to his left. Tripped up, he's close, he's in. Vernelson lunges forward, and it's a 9-0 game. They strike on the opening drive of the second half. Give this team credit. They covered 60 yards on that drive, 8 plays, and they punch it in, the first touchdown of the game.
Impressive. And it looks like they chose the opportunity to attack the corners like they wanted to do earlier in the game, and it worked.
That could be our proud Union home play of the game right now. That's the only touchdown, and that comes your way courtesy of IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future. Learn more at IKORCC.com. The PAT is up, and it is through. It's 10-0. It'll be CCSJ ball for the first time in the second half when we return. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
His name.
BB.
10:48 to go here in quarter number 3. CCSJ kicked off to St. Mary of the Woods College to begin the second half. They cover 60 yards on 8 plays and find the end zone and take their biggest lead tonight of 10-0. Jared Schlensky alongside Isaiah Gransberry. And now CCSJ, well, you're going to see the offense for the first time in the second half, and they needed to make some adjustments. We're going to see if they did now.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting. Now they have to respond. Being down 2 scores, it's a do-or-die situation if they get a 4-and-out right here.
Drake Varnes, who kicked home the field goal at the end of the first half, set to kick off. Both returners for CCSJ around their 20. This is a good kick. And picked up inside the 15. He's got some holes down the 30, 40, still with running room. Leaps over a man and is tripped up at the SMWC 40-yard line. A heck of a return there by Marquis Whitlock. And great opening field position for the Crimson Wave. I didn't see a flag. I think it's going to stand.
I think that might have been sideline warning, if anything.
There is a flag. It's a sideline warning against the CCSJ Crimson Wave. And we talked about the shorts on the T-shirt. We got Jay Novak now with a little bit of a long sleeve shirt now, so it must be a little bit colder.
Yeah, it might be getting a little cold right now, probably because defenses are making the game feel so much longer.
And you know they don't have the jackets here. What do you do to a player if you keep wearing? You got to keep moving? You get under a blanket?
Keep moving.
Maybe?
Yeah, I see some blankets out there, but keep moving. But honestly, I'm a no sleeves guy. Just take it.
That's asking a lot. Here comes CCSJ. The offense, the first time in the second half. Ooh, early movement on the receiver. And that was Lauren Ruth. And I believe it's Antis in at running back along with Carson Crow. So essentially number 2 for both positions. Quarterback and running back are in, and that's a big penalty.
Yeah, that is a big penalty. After a very explosive play, I mean, we did mention earlier special teams is an important part of the game. Giving them good field position can't really negate that great return with penalties on this drive.
First down and 15 from the SMWC 43. First offensive possession here in the half for the Wave. And it goes to Antis. Good hole up the middle. Great push up front, led by the center, Tristan Dyker. He gets all the way out to about the 35, and he's going to pick up about 8 yards on first down.
Impressive hard run right there.
Second down and 7. And again, remember, it was first and 15. Game clock rolls to just under 10 minutes here in quarter number 3. And the Crimson Wave, they need to respond. They're down 10-0. Carson Crow, the quarterback, rolls right. He's going to keep. And Crow hit from behind, still keeps his legs moving. And I think he got the first down past the 30 near the 29. Really nice job by Crow. The man behind him to bring him down was Jaden King, but he took him past the marker.
Yeah, great tough run. Way to stick his foot in the ground and get that extra yardage. That's what coaches teach all the time. You know, the corner will not always be there, but when you see defenses over pursuing, that's when you stick your foot in the ground like he did right there.
Ruth and Barbosa check out, Barbosa checks in along with CJ Cash. Barbosa on the far sideline. Crow on this windy Saturday night gives. Antis tries to push forward and does not get a whole lot. Trey Jackson along with Hunter Cardwell there on the first down stop.
This one might be a procedure penalty.
I didn't even see the flag either. And I believe they are going to take the penalty. And I said that was Carson Crow. I am wrong. It is Blaze Kano in there. Excuse me. Kano is in there. Oh, they're both on the field.
Looks like they're trying to confuse us like they're confusing the defense.
Kano was out there, and now he has come out. I thought it was Crow to begin the half.
And we'll have to keep an eye on this because earlier in the game they did the shift formation where they actually switch quarterbacks on the shift. So that might be what they're trying to do right here. Catch the defense slipping. Make sure they did their homework.
It's Crow in at quarterback. And the receiver outside the numbers at the top of your screen is Robert Shigog. He's got one catch already. Substitution, they can't snap the ball. Just under 9 minutes. First down. Crow gives. Antis bursts through, and boy, they brought the blitz, and he was able to squeak past it near the 15, and an excellent pickup on first down, or second down, excuse me.
Yeah, great tough running. Looks like they want to ride that wave going into the run game on this drive.
What about the tempo here? You're moving the ball. Do you want to see them maybe get on the ball a little bit quicker here?
No, it's still pretty early. Third quarter, 8 minutes left. I mean, just take your time. Don't want to make any crucial mistakes as they did earlier.
Let's see if they go to the air. Barbosa in the slot. And Antis is drilled. The ball comes out, and SMWC has it. I didn't see who delivered the hit, but it's picked up by Trayvon Hooks, and Antis. They did not pick him up, and he got drilled.
Might have smoked too soon.
Wow, and a helmet did come off on the play. I don't think a ref saw it, but you're not allowed to take your helmet off. But like I said, I don't think it's going to be a penalty here, and it is a huge turnover, a big collision that goes in favor of the Pomeroys.
Another turnover in the red zone, unfortunately, for CCSJ. Now this becomes the biggest defensive drive for them today.
First down for the Pomeroys on their own 20. Perea gives and somehow finds a way past the 25, brought down by Darren Reese. He's going to get 5 on first down.
Now, although CCSJ is down 2 scores, you really still have to remember that it was field position that led to both the scores for the St. Mary's Pomeroys. So CCSJ, they're really feeling good still, probably, with all this back room behind them, because I think they haven't started with this good in this position since the beginning of the game.
Game clock rolls under 7:30, 2nd and 5 at the SMWC 25. Vernelson to throw. He's going deep, far sideline. No flag. Did we get a catch? Wow, we sure did. Unbelievable grab by Devron Johnson, who had the big catch earlier in this quarter, and he hauled that one in, tiptoed the sideline.
Falling backwards, made the catch, got both feet in bounds, so that play would have been good in the NFL too. But the Pomeroys are rolling.
Pickup of 30 into CCSJ territory. Let's see if they go back to the air. Vernelson takes the snap, gives to Perea, stuffed initially, lunges forward for about 3, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Game clock rolling towards the 6-minute mark in this one. Good game on hand. SMWC has yet to allow any points. They lead 10-0. 3 points to close out the first half, and they scored a touchdown on their opening drive. And you can tell they've made some halftime adjustments offensively.
Most definitely.
2 receivers, top of the screen. Vernelson to Perea, stays on his feet, and out past the 40 to the 39 is going to bring up 3rd and about 4. And you know where they're at, this might be 4-down territory.
Yeah, it's definitely 4-down territory. As we saw earlier, the kicker, 35-yarder, missed it. So I think they're just going to try to get as many yards as they can get. Or, I mean, they could try to coffin corner the Crimson Wave as well.
We're going to get trips to the bottom of the screen. The man in the middle is Jakeem Joseph. Munoz, the tight end. They go to Perea, and he's got the first down to the 35. Powerful run, and this offensive line is getting a really nice push here in the 3rd. That is enough for a first down. And I don't know what the adjustment was, but the front 5 getting off the ball a little bit better than they were earlier on.
They are, and this St. Mary's faithful, he traveled all the way from Terre Haute, Indiana.
Yeah, 3 hours south of here. The one thing I don't get, why are you pumping up the crowd? Offenses wanted to be quiet.
And that's what the quarterback is saying right now. Shh. He's saying calm down.
But they were telling him to get loud. Vernelson, first down. Bubble screen. That's Johnson. And Johnson really close to a first down. You're seeing some offensive creativity. And Johnson now 3 catches on this drive in this quarter, close to 50 yards. He's getting hot. And he's fast.
Yeah, he is.
Two receivers at the bottom of the screen. Johnson by himself at the top. He's been their go-to guy. Perea to his right. Lunges forward, gets about 6. And we're getting some late pushing now. Game clock rolls under 5 minutes. If you're CCSJ, you're almost thinking you got to hold them to 3. This drive, this series taking a lot of time off the clock.
Getting some fresh bodies in there. Smart decision by the coaching staff right there.
Over 4 minutes of game clock has come off. Vernelson to Perea, the running back. Close to the marker. Tejeda there for the stop, but he might have it. Let's see. If not, it's going to be 3rd and a yard.
Looks like Jake Badonchek slipped on his feet right there. Would have made the tackle clean right after the handoff.
It's going to be 3rd down. Vernelson along with Perea, and now the guy you got almost star is Devron Johnson. He's in the slot at the top of your screen, and he's been getting the ball all day here in the third. CCSJ, what do you do here? You bring pressure? Third down?
Yeah, I think they wanted to send Hedgewood off the edge. And St. Mary's, they caught that. Tried to adjust the play, but clock was running down, so they take the timeout.
We'll keep it here. Third down and 2. 3:43 to go in the third. Jared Schlensky alongside Isaiah Gransberry. And you got to think right now, a player in line for our player of the game. Well, Devron Johnson has had himself one heck of a third quarter. And we will name our Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game at the end of this one. And, well, right now, Johnson, he's been the difference in this third quarter. He's picked up some really long catches and even a couple on third down.
Yeah, and we mentioned it. In the first half, he was open in coverage quite a bit. And CCSJ is actually covering him now, but he must have a magnet in his gloves where the ball is just not going to leave it.
Yeah, Devron Johnson last week, he didn't have a single catch. This week he's got 3 in the quarter, 4 total, and he has shown some explosiveness from that slot receiver position. Third down and 2, 3:43 to go here in the third. Let's see what the Crimson Wave draw up on defense. Looks like they're going to bring some pressure. Johnson now into the backfield. Perea gets it, and he might be stuffed. It's really close. A great job by that defensive line led by Nazir Fort and Bodencheck. Let's see. I think it's going to be fourth down.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be fourth down.
Yeah, you got to go for this here.
Got to go for it. This is a crucial fourth down, biggest stop of the game for CCSJ, and also for St. Mary's, this is something that if they do get this, they're feeling really good about their chances.
Yeah, Christian Hoke along with Darren Reese on that line looking to come away with a big stop here. Fourth down and a yard. They need to get to the 15. CCSJ faithful getting into it. Vernelson, Perea, I think he got it. Let's see. It's really close. That defense got off the ball well, but again, it was less than a yard. I think they're going to give it to him. They do, a first down. And again, that's huge with the time coming off the clock on this drive. This drive started at 8:15 in the third. We're near 2 minutes and 50 seconds. They are eating up the clock. You almost think if CCSJ gets the ball, you got to score.
Yeah, and I mean, St. Mary's, they're doing. Our key at the beginning of the game was move the ball methodically. That's exactly what we're seeing right here.
This time it goes to a different running back. I don't believe that was Perea. Looked to be Kerry Lacey, and he'll get to the outside for about 4 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Along with Vernelson, first time we're seeing Tyler Vaughn. Vaughn now getting his first touches. This is a huge couple of plays here. Game clock under 2 minutes. We're in the third. CCSJ looking for the stop. They trail 13-0 already. And you can see the Crimson Wave mascot down on the track. He's trying to get into it. He wants these fans to get loud. And there it is. Vaughn is stuffed. Absolutely nowhere. Darren Reese along with Tejeda. And it's going to bring up third down.
Big stop right there. Now it gives them some confidence. And now the fans getting loud. Got the mascot dancing. This is a big stop.
You keeping this ball on the ground?
I think I'm catching them sleeping as we see Johnson coming to the game on the bottom of your screen.
Well, let's see what they draw up with 1:15. CCSJ, 1 down lineman.
Backside corner.
4 also in the box. Isolated at the top of the screen. That's Jaheim Joseph. Running back goes out to the flat. Vernelson throws, looking for the end zone. Oh, if the corner would have gotten his head turned around, Kawan Rufus could have picked that.
Yeah, we called it right there. Backside corner. The DB that was covering Johnson was playing on the inside of him. They wanted to send that back around the edge as they were going to fake that they were running the real route, try to hit Johnson on that corner, couldn't execute.
Well, this is what you wanted if you're the defense. You couldn't give up more than 3, and they're going to bring out the field goal unit. And, I'd be surprised if we see a fake.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised.
And a miss, isn't the worst thing in the world because it's a 2-score game still, and you would have to make them go 89 yards. This is going to be a 28-yard field goal. Barnes today 1 for 2. Good snap, the hold, the kick, and it is through. 13-0. Barnes had about 10 yards or so to spare there. He made that one look easy.
Impressive. He came into this game with only 1 field goal, and now he has 2 on the night.
We're going to take a timeout here on Region Sports Network, CCSJ football. When we return, you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. Earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
CCSJ keeps SMWC from finding the end zone, but they do get a field goal, and it makes it a 13-0 game here with 54 seconds to go in the third. Jared Schlensky alongside Isaiah Hedgewood. Special thanks to our producer, Zach Miller. We've had a great game on hand today. And right now, you saw it from this Crimson Wave offense. They've only had the ball one time in the second half. Moved the ball before the fumble. They needed to go. They need to pick up the tempo, and they need a touchdown.
Yeah, and it's going to come to a point where they can't give up any points now. They need to score, and they can't give up any points. Simple.
Yeah, because you got to think, that's a great point, too, because let's say you do score a touchdown here. A field goal would make it 16. You might even have to be thinking about whether or not you're going to go for 2. It's just a hypothetical. If you get the touchdown in the 2-point conversion, if they were to get a field goal, it'd still be a 1-score game.
Definitely, and I think they just play this game straight up. The defense has played good. That was the first time they gave up a full field drive. And so, I could see them just not really panicking on that end. But on the offensive side of things, they might be a little nervous. Coach might be sweating in those shorts down there.
He might be. Either way, they're going to get great field position as that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to start from their own 35. And for a team that has struggled to throw the football, I don't know if you have to throw it here necessarily, but you need to get into the end zone, and you'd prefer to do it quickly.
Hats off to St. Mary's. They've really covered Barbosa well. And so I think he's going to be the key. If they could get him going, maybe a couple short routes, then they might be in some good position.
And they're actually going to decline the penalty and make them kick again.
Smart technique. Now it's going to come down to depth. CCSJ, they have their full roster. St. Mary's, I'm not sure if it might be traveling issues or whatnot, but they don't have as many players. So make them run down the field again. And they also have a lot of defensive players on the kickoff team.
McKee Whitlock along with Nino Barbosa to return, and they have great speed. We've seen them have one return earlier today. They're going to need a good return here, as this is going to make SMWC kick off from their own 30. Is an onside kick, Mr. Coach, still 10 yards here? You would need to get it to the 40?
Yes, it's 10 yards, and I could see them doing that just so they don't have to run down the field, or just targeting the 50-yard line, which is wide open right now.
Well, look at the middle of the field. If the kicker were to kick it up there, he might be able to recover himself. Low kick. Picked up at the 30. Past the 35, 40, still on his feet past midfield, and all the way into SMWC territory inside the 40. That was Barbosa, who is slow to get up, but again, the return unit has come alive here in the second half.
Yeah, Barbosa is down, and it looks like St. Mary's has a player down there as well.
Xander Wilbur along with Nino Barbosa being attended to by the training staffs, both able to get up. But if there's one positive to take away here in the quarter, you're getting great returns, setting up a short field, and if you're able to score, well, you've got the speed to match this deficit.
Yeah, it's come down to the past 2 turnovers. They haven't been able to convert inside the red zone, so they're going to need a conversion or a big play right here to wake this crowd up and give them some confidence.
If you didn't think this was going to be a close game, I don't know why. CCSJ lost to SMWC the first time 34-28. The second time these two teams played 2 weeks ago, it was 30-27. Definitely a little bit lower scoring than we probably thought, but just as close. Crow to drop back. In trouble. Now goes to his left. Getting chased down by Jackson from behind, and he gets out of bounds. Maybe a yard or so, but Crow, man, give him credit. Nearly sacked, somehow able to escape and get positive yardage. What are you seeing from a passing standpoint? Is it not there? Is there not enough time? Because we're just not seeing any vertical shots.
We're seeing what's been apparent across sprint football all season long is fast linemen. I mean, it's hard. You know, these are quarterbacks that played quarterback in high school, dropping back, used to bigger guys chasing after them, and they're able to get past them. But you have running back DB-type players playing line right now, and it's just not that easy to get past them.
Game clock rolls under 20 seconds. Motion man, Crow to Antis, and Antis lunges forward past the 35 to about the 33, and you know, we haven't seen Flemings, I don't think, here in the second half. I wonder if he's injured.
Yeah, I wonder.
Because he's an integral part to this offense, and he's not out there.
He's been standing close to coach.
That's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. 13-0 our score. CCSJ trails St. Mary of the Woods College. We'll be back shortly here on Regent Sports. You're watching Game Night on the Regent Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
And it's the MSFL Conference Championship. Third time this season these two teams have faced each other. St. Mary's won the first one. CCSJ won the second one. And right now CCSJ trails. And here on third down, Crow gets stuffed. And I think you got to go for it here on fourth down 13-0.
Most definitely got to take a shot.
And you can see the frustration from CCSJ. I think they're looking to throw the ball here. You got to go to the air, right? Emotions riding high. Unhappy there, CJ Cash off to the sideline.
It's a championship game. You're going to get every single ounce of emotions that you have inside of you.
Two receivers, the top of your screen, one at the bottom. Carson Crow and the Crimson Wave need to get to the SMWC 29. They run the ball. Antis going to be short. Does not get there. And SMWC gets the stop. Wow, I'm surprised there to run the football.
Flag on the play.
Wow, this is big. This might be taunting against SMWC.
If it's taunting, then
would it negate the fourth down stop?
No, it would be, the play would have been dead, right, unless they started doing it during the play.
Which I don't think happened. A face mask? Yeah. Face mask against the Pomeroys. I got to be honest, I didn't see that there. Either way, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and it gives the Crimson Wave some life.
Huge penalty.
Yeah, I did not see it. That is a big, big penalty. That is going to move it inside the 25, all the way down to about the 19. You got to find a way to get something going through the air, right? And it's just the passing game has not been there today. 1st and 10 at the 19. SMWC brings pressure. Crow has time to throw, and it is caught near the goal line, really close.
They gave it to him at the 1 yard line. Way to stretch out.
Yeah, Lauren Ruth, and I thought he actually fumbled across the pylon, which would have been a touchback. Instead, they give it to him, a pickup of 18, and it's going to set up the Crimson Wave at the 1. You got to keep it in the hands of Crow here, right?
Got to Crow, read option, or Antis right up the middle.
Let's see what the call is. They say the 2 yard line, so a pickup of 16. Direct snap, and a touchdown for the Crimson Wave. That is huge. It goes to Elijah Antis. In a game like this, the point after is just as big. And we've got ourselves a ball game.
Energy, cowbells, fans, cheerleaders, flags, love it. Lots of energy here tonight.
This is a huge point after attempt. And out to kick the PAT looks to be Jared Saez. Man, we got movement against the Crimson Wave.
It might be on the kicker.
I thought it was one of the line. False start against the Crimson Wave. This make you consider maybe going for 2? I mean, the long field goal this season is 42 from Saez. So you've got to think this is within his distance. Good snap, good hold, the PAT.
Oh!
Good.
Huge.
And a flag. Did we get roughing the kicker?
Running into the kicker. So they'll probably assess it on the kickoff, but that'll be huge. That's going to be huge yardage.
And if you're Saez, we're going to keep it here. Do you tell him not to try and kick it into the end zone and make them return it maybe from inside the 10?
I think, yeah. You kick it, you target maybe the 5 yard line or so, and make them return this.
13-6 our score. St. Mary of the Woods kept the Crimson Wave off the board for 3 quarters. But the Crimson Wave responded, and it is now a touchdown differential. 13-29. St. Mary of the Woods has possessed the ball twice in the half. They have a touchdown and a field goal. What do you need to do if you're the Crimson Wave? Because you can't afford a field goal, because that would make it a 2-score game.
Yeah, I think they just play it straight up. I mean, 13 minutes is a lot of time in a football game, so they're in pretty good shape. Defense has been playing well for the most part, so just give confidence in them.
From a schematical standpoint, the one guy that's really beating you through the passing game is Devron Johnson. Do you have to maybe double team him? Do you roll your coverage over? What do you do to slow him down?
I think you really just bring your DBs all together and tell them play through his hands. I mean, the guy, he catches with his hands obviously very well, but the DBs, they're really just letting him catch it at the end. So just swipe through his hands, just keep on playing him straight up. They're doing a good job covering him.
Jared Saez has a boot. Kerry Lacey is back to return, and they're going to need a boot here, man. A boot here would make them have to cover a lot of ground. And this special teams unit has played phenomenal today, both in the coverage and return. Saez to kick off. A low line driver hits a guy, deflected to the 25. Pretty big hole up the middle, closes quickly, and stopped at about the 38-yard line. And it was Corey Miller on the return. And if you're CCSJ, if you needed a stop, now's the time. 13-7, 13-23 to go here in the half. St. Mary's has had 2 drives here in the half. Both have resulted in points. The first a touchdown, one a field goal. And they like to take a lot of time and move this ball slowly.
They'll probably send a lot of pressure on this drive.
Let's see. They've got 5 around the line of scrimmage. What's the flag? Is it a timeout? Is it against St. Mary's? We're going to find out. Jay Novak on the sideline. He's moving back. He thinks it's against the Pomeroys. I guess someone went over the ball on the offensive line. It's going to make it 1st and 15.
Well, and for our listeners at home, it's really important that the receivers make that communication with the refs. Sometimes receivers get in the habit of lining up and just doing their own thing. And, well, you could be a yard in front of the ball in that situation. The referees are your friend in this situation.
1st and 15. Here comes pressure. Stuffed. Did the ball come out? I don't think it did. Either way, wow, they brought the noise. They brought the heat. And the man all the way down at the bottom, that was Alexander Delashay. A big hit is going to make 1st and 15 about 2nd and 16.
That was not the cleanest of handoffs. They got lucky on that one.
This defensive line has amped up the intensity. Let's see if the Pomeroys go to the air. They've been much better passing the ball here in the second half. Pressure comes off the edge. Vernelson over the middle. Too far out of reach. Really good coverage. Really a super small window, if any, to get that one to Johnson.
Targeting Johnson again, but that time he is in triple coverage. So that answers our question from earlier. That's an adjustment that CCSJ made, was having a safety over the top as well as 2 other DBs following him. And that tributed to CCSJ right there.
Vernelson had 10 passing yards in the first half. He's got nearly 100 here in the second half. You got to think 3rd and 14 is a passing situation, right?
Yeah, they got to make this manageable. Screen, maybe that wheel route, but something. They're going to need something big right here.
The man at the bottom of your screen, that's Lacey. Vernelson goes the other way. Is he looking to throw? He does. Short of the marker, but it is caught around the 45. And guess who? Yeah, it's Johnson again. Question is this 4-down territory?
Great job covering the sticks, really, by the defense. We saw earlier they gave up one in that situation, but that time their heels were on the line, the yard to gain, and they did a great job covering right there.
It's about 4th and 2.5 yards. They're bringing out the punting unit. I'm not convinced they're punting the ball.
Yeah, this might be one. Make sure you keep them honest.
Do you play almost for as if they're going to go for it? I mean, are you concerned about whether or not they punt the football?
I think you keep a man on each of the upbacks.
High snap, picked up, nearly blocked. And it's going to take a CCSJ bounce, and they're going to go to work from their own 30. 12:07. Really good stop by the defense there for the Crimson Wave. Now the question is, can they do it again on offense?
They have all the momentum on their side. Fans loud, student section still rowdy over there. Mascot still swimming. Doing a great job.
Yeah, it's cold, but maybe they're warm on the sideline because you can tell they're getting more and more confidence. They're starting to get their bodies moving a little bit more down there. They looked a little flat to come out to begin the third.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens. I mean, we talked about it. They've been scoring all season. Didn't score at all this half.
Crow keeps on the option. Good decision. Tried to reverse it to the other side. I think the ball came out. SMWC signaling that they have it, and that is huge. They do. SMWC forces a huge fumble out of the hands of Crow, and we got a man down. It is Tristan Dietker, the Iowa native, who's slow to get up.
Crow has to tuck that thing away. He had that thing in one hand, the ball in one hand, going into all that monster mesh right there, and I think somebody probably just smacked it out.
Well, here you can't give up points. You're within a score. You're down 6, and again, there's still time, but you have to get a stop again.
Yeah, CCSJ, they have 3 stops on their back pocket, but we'll see.
First down for Nelson to Perea. Perea initially looked like he might get free, but doesn't, out of the hands of Reese, along with Delashay, and it's going to make it about 2nd down and 8 to go. A man down for the Pomeroys, and we will take one with them due to the injury. 13-7, 2nd down when we return. Pomeroys on top of the Crimson Wave with 11:40 to go. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
40 here in the 4th quarter. Jared Slemsky alongside Isaiah Gransberry, almost muffed it. I kind of did. 13-7 our score, but a good game tonight. SMWC is led by as much as 13. They're moving the ball inside the CCSJ 35. Vernelson to pass, going deep, far sideline. He's got a man, and there it is. A huge play. Vernelson to his go-to guy, Corbin Cleveland, and that is going to make it 19-7. What a beautiful throw.
Even better play call right there. I mean, they've just been up the middle. When they have thrown it, they've been looking for Johnson. Find Corbin right there on a route that maybe the DB thought was just a runoff.
You go for 2 here to make it a 14-point game?
No, you have a 2-score lead, just take the points.
Drake Varnes has not missed a point after. He's 2 for 3 on field goals. The only positive thing is there's still time, but you need to score, and you need to score fast. Varnes, I think, might have hooked it. No, he got it inside the left upright. 20-7, 11-26. And wow, what a play there. That could be one of the biggest plays of the game. We'll have to see a lot more football left. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports, the only game in town.
Ethos Dental Group in Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, Munster, Crown Point, and Cedar Lake.
The SMWC Pomeroys take advantage of the fumble for Carson Crow. It's Kyle Vernelson hooking up with Corbin Cleveland from 35 yards out, and it makes it a 2-score lead again. 20-7 our score, but there's still time, 11-26. And if you're CCSJ, you got to be telling yourself you need to score, and you need to score fast.
Still a lot of life, some positivity.
And I guess one thing you could say is the return unit has just been phenomenal here in the second half. If you get another good return, you're going to make it a lot easier for your offense. Barbosa back, along with Markai Whitlock. Rolling out. Ooh, doesn't look like there's much there. Stretch out past the 25. CCSJ looking for maybe a late hit there. Not going to get it. The return comes from CJ Cash, and they're going to go to work at about their own 27 with 11-19 to go, down 2 scores.
Yeah, they're going to need a quick score. Well, not necessarily quick, but just some excitement. Give their team some boosting confidence and morale. As you can kind of see, the guys are like back where they were in the first half, emotionally.
Nino Barbosa with Lauren Ruth. They haven't really utilized them a whole lot in the passing game. You also see Robert Shigog out there. You think they're going to have to probably throw the ball now. First down, Crow drops the pass, looking to his left, finds his man, and that is a catch. A big catch, too, by Shigog, who has 2 catches today. Gonna be right around the first down marker, but he got out of bounds, too.
Yeah, that was a good catch. Way to get your feet in bounds.
I thought it was a pretty well-designed route. Maybe an out route? I don't know. What did you see there?
Yeah, it looked like an out route. I had my eyes on the top of the screen, and I just feel like there's the safety on the top. They might be looking to do something with him.
Well, you could run the ball here as a train passes by. Crow looked like he was going to keep, and a whistle comes in, but I don't see a flag.
I think this will be a false start.
Yeah, this is going to move him back. Yeah, false start against the Crimson Wave. So 2nd and 2 is now 2nd and 7. Does that change things for an offense? You now consider going to the air, even if you were considering running it previously?
Yeah, it looked like the linemen were getting into a pass drop right there, so they might have been looking to take a shot on the top of your screen, honestly, probably. But they'll probably run it right here, make it 3rd and manageable.
Game clock continues to roll, 11 minutes in the 4th. The Crimson Wave find themselves down 13. 4-man rush. Crow throws low, was looking for Shigog. That ball was probably put a little bit on the sideline. He probably would have caught it, might have had it. And you can see frustration settling in now on the Crimson Wave sideline. Four down territory?
Yeah, it's 4 down territory for sure.
CJ Cash checks out. Carson Crow. Let's see if he throws in. It's got to be hard for a quarterback. It's cold out there. You got to think the feeling in your hand. Reverse. Barbosa. Is he going to throw? He is. He's got a man wide open. It's goal. He dropped it. Lauren Ruth couldn't bring it in. And the disbelief on the sideline. They drew up the perfect play, the perfect throw, and Ruth just couldn't hang on.
Great play call. Great execution all the way up into the catch. I mean, I hate to be critical, but you got to make that play.
Took his eyes off it? Yeah.
Probably got excited. I mean, there was no one within a mile of him. He would have danced into that end zone.
And now no choice but the punt with 10:25, and you need a quick stop now. That was a heck of a play call.
Oh, gosh. Caught them sleeping for sure.
And
we mentioned it earlier in the game. They wanted to take a pick on that safety, and they did.
Return caught. Jaheim Joseph, stutter step past midfield, down the sideline, keeps going and is out of bounds around the CCSJ 35. And, well, you're down 13, so you can give up a field goal. It'd still be a 2-score game, but you're looking to get the ball back as quick as possible because time is a factor now, too.
Yeah, time is a factor. 10 minutes is a lot of time if you could get a stop right here. But if you don't, then you're kind of in a hurry-up mode.
Remember, after the game, Isaiah and I have some awards to hand out, and we look forward to doing that. 10-11 to go here in the 4th. CCSJ down 20-7, looking for a stop on defense. I didn't know Nino Barbosa could throw. We knew he could run and catch, but he showed off a really nice arm.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
First down, Perea goes nowhere. Reese along with Delashay on the stop. Game clock under 10. Things getting a little chippy out there. You got to keep your composure here, right? You don't want a stupid penalty?
Yeah, can't have a stupid penalty. Can't do anything stupid. I mean, it's a football game. You really just got to play between the lines.
And if you're SMWC, you're taking off as much time as you can, letting this play clock go down under 5.
100%, and it's tough because
it's on the side. It's on the field. You don't know it here.
It's on the field.
Do they signal? The ref does signal, right?
So
the back judge?
Yeah, the back judge will start counting down from 10.
Vernelson to pass, in trouble, and Reese brings him down. I didn't see a flag, but that's a huge sack.
That is a huge sack. And, I mean, this is going to be a big third down for St. Mary's.
All right,
are you going to run it and take some more time off the clock, or are you going to go and try to seal this game off? I think they just run it.
So here's my next question. If you're Jay Novak, let's assume they run the ball. Do you use a timeout here?
No.
There's still enough time?
Yeah, still enough time. Save those timeouts for toward the end of the game, or maybe just offensively, you might need it.
And you got to pull out more tricks then on offense?
Yeah, offensively, I can see them coming back to a trick play, maybe even testing that corner that was on the top of the screen.
Two receivers to the front or at the bottom of your screen, one at the top. Play clock going down. Game clock under 8:20. Again, it's under 10 on the play clock. Vernelson, he's going to throw, and it is to the sideline. Caught and on his feet, but not near the first down marker quite a bit, is Devron Johnson. But all of a sudden, 4th and 22, or I'm sorry, 3rd and 22 is going to be about 4th and 4. Do you go for this?
It looks like the coach is thinking about that. He might let this clock run down, take a timeout, and think it over.
Yeah, this is pretty risky, right? Why not try and pin them back?
If I'm CCSJ, I'm watching out for the hard count right now.
It's 4th and 5. And we got early movement. And that's the worst time to commit it, because there was still so much time on the play clock.
Definitely.
Darren Reese having himself a second half, and now you have no choice. You got to punt, right?
Yeah, got to punt now. And, I mean, CCSJ did get kind of lucky because that safety was playing pretty far off the bottom, the receiver at the bottom of the screen. Could have got some easy yardage if you're St. Mary's.
Well, let's see what happens here. The punting unit it out. It's Justin White. Back to return is Barbosa. Nearly blocked. They got close. Barbosa back, and this is a good punt inside the 10. They're going to have to cover over 90 yards if they're going to find the end zone, and they are down 2 scores with 7:16 to go. This is a huge series, and you talk about a play of the game. That could be it right there from Justin White.
Yeah, that punt, we talked about it, special teams, it will do it for you. And right there, now the CCSJ has to drive the length of the field. That could be something that might be the difference.
Again, we got our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, Proud Union Home Play of the Game, brought to you by IKORCC, and our Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game after the game. And right now, SMWC on top, 20-7 with 7:16 to go. In 92 yards of ground, the Crimson Wave need to cover here on the field of Ray P. Galvin. Crow keeps on first down, lowers the shoulder, out past the 10 to about the 11. And right now, if you're SMWC, you're perfectly content with that, as the clock is just going to keep ticking. 2nd down and 7. Nearly halfway into the 4th.
Looks like they're swapping out Fleming for Antis right now.
Oh, and we haven't seen much of Fleming here in the second half. Lauren Ruth at receiver at the bottom of your screen, along with Nino Barbosa. Crow takes the snap knee high, looking left, throws Barbosa at the 20, 25, still on his feet, trying to get out of bounds, and he is not going to. And you've got to push the tempo, I think, and get to the line, and that's what Jay Novak's saying, let's go, as the clock keeps ticking.
Yeah, they need some sort of sense of urgency right now. The players celebrating and whatnot, no, just get on the ball. Let's keep playing.
Clock will start on the ref signal, and it's going. Crow drops back, throws to the left, and
caught it.
Lauren Ruth makes the catch. Did he get out of bounds too? They say he did. Is it going to be a first down is the question. It is. It is a first down. Lauren Ruth, who had a drop earlier, makes a really tough catch there near the sideline.
That's a pretty impressive call by that line judge as well.
And I'll tell you what, you've seen those corners are playing a little bit off. Don't be surprised if they creep up. Crow to his right now. Out of reach for Barbosa. Do you have to look deep now? Looks like they're all looking intermediate.
Yeah, hitch and go might be the answer right now because the DBs, they're all looking to come downhill and help the receiver not get out of bounds. But you might just have to look at that hitch and go because they're just getting trigger happy right now, jumping everything.
6:05 to go here in quarter number 4. The Crimson Wave have never led. They are trailing 20-7. This is the MSFL Conference Championship, and that ball nearly picked, telegraphed. Third time this season these two teams have played. CCSJ, the regular season Midwest Spring Football League champs, looking to take home the tournament are the Pomeroys. Third down on their own 39, and you know it's 4-down territory. What do the Crimson Wave have in store? Crow keeps on the option. Sniffed out by Hunter Cardwell, and he gets past the 40 for maybe a couple. And that's what you want. A bunch of guys on top of the ball carrier. It's going to take him a lot longer than he probably wanted to get up and get on the ball.
Definitely.
I'm surprised to see a run there.
Yeah, I think they want to see if the defense was going to stay honest, and they did. But we will likely see a pass right here. Maybe they go back to the screen, though.
Taking a lot of time here on fourth down. If you're Jay Novak, do you consider using a timeout?
Let it play.
Crow to pass. In trouble. Rolls right. Flag comes in. Throws across his body. Incomplete. And he had a man, too. CJ Cash was open, and he couldn't put it on him. Let's see what the flag is, but I believe this is on the Crimson Wave. Holding against the Crimson Wave. And that's going to be declined and a turnover on downs. And that might just do it. Not quite yet on the clock. 5 minutes, but a 2-score game. You got to think they got to start using their timeouts now. Ball is at the the CCSJ 43 with 5:07. You got to give credit to this Pomeroy defense. They came into this game allowing 17 points per game and 255 yards. They've given up 7 points. Big run from Perea on first down. He gets about 5.
Yeah, that was a good hard run right here. I think we'll see a lot of that to end this game out.
CCSJ passing today. They've got 86 yards and running less than 70. This Pomeroy's defense very well prepared for this game today.
Yeah, and we talked about it at the beginning of the game. It's hard playing a team 3 times. And, I mean, in St. Mary's benefit, they're 1-0 on this field.
Keeper by Vernelson. We have not seen him do that, and he took a big hit. A shot there on the outside. It looked to be Tony Matarino. And somebody looks to be a little bit slow to get up for CCSJ. Third down. Or no, they gave him the first down, excuse me. He did move the sticks. And I think now if you're CCSJ, you have no choice but to use your timeouts here.
Yeah, it's getting to that time. Do or die.
I don't expect to see a single pass, but you never know. Play clock under 10. Perea, first down run, dragged down by Reese Walker from behind along with Darren Reese. And it's going to bring up second down. Jay Novak not using his timeouts here. Remember, stick with us after the game. We'll recap what happened tonight and then give you our awards for tonight. Game clock just ticking to the 3-minute mark. We're in the fourth. Pomeroys have never trailed. They lead 20-7. Perea, second down run, breaks free, and then brought down by Manny Montalvo. It's going to bring up third down. And it looks like we're going to get an injury timeout, and we'll take one with them. 27 our score. The Pomeroys inside the CCSJ 30, leading by 13. When we return, we'll be ready to resume fourth quarter action. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
.248 to go here in quarter number 4. CCSJ down 20-7. And they're looking for a big third down stop. Isaiah Gransberry alongside Jared Schlensky. We've got a good one tonight. We're playing for the MSFL Conference Championship. And, well, the third time these two teams have faced, they split in the regular season. But it's been all Pomeroys tonight.
Yeah, the Pomeroys and really CCSJ's defense, they've been exposed in the second half. And it's just hats off to the Pomeroys making those adjustments, finding their key receivers in coverage, and really just making work.
First down, you got to think seals it, right?
Yes, 100%.
Give to Perea. Ripping for the football. Flag comes in. I think he has the marker, but let's see the penalty. This game started with the temperature just above 50. It's dipped well below, though, now, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is 48 degrees right now, and it just gets a little colder.
And it feels colder. That wind effect, or I guess the lake effect, makes the difference. Again, Lake Michigan right beyond the train tracks ahead of us. And the Pomeroys know they won. And they're starting to celebrate on the field. And you can see the emotion and the excitement from the players and the coaching staff. And give them credit. They played a great game, and for a team in their inaugural season to win, it's impressive.
Yeah, hats off to them. They made work today. Came in, hostile territory, losing the last matchup. Really just all-around good game from the Pomeroys.
So is this victory formation, or do you run the football?
They have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, so we'll probably see some plays, might even see a touchdown. But
you don't throw the ball here, right?
No, not at all.
It goes to Perea. And Perea unable to get anywhere. I think the ref left his mic on and we heard it's over, it's over, it's over. Wow. I've never heard that before. Is that what you played?
Yeah.
That's what happens?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's getting heated out there, so the refs probably trying to keep the cool on themselves.
And they're probably thinking we want to get warm soon.
Yeah.
Game clock under 2 minutes. Pomeroys on top 20-7, just looking to run some time off the clock. Play clock now under 10. You can see the back judge just beyond the goalpost signaling. Vernelson tries to pull it away. He does. And give credit, CCSJ still playing hard. They're playing fast and physical.
So this third down, they'll take it to about 40 seconds. And, I mean, really, if CCSJ doesn't use a timeout, and they will.
And we're going to close the window a little bit here as it's starting to get colder and colder. Jared Schlensky alongside Isaiah Gransberry. Special thanks to Zach Miller, our producer today. I think I got my workout for the day trying to move that window. That thing is heavy. I had to use 2 hands. Oh, my shoulders, I think they're going to be a little sore tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Looking pretty fit, though.
Don't stop humoring yourself. Let's talk about this game. Obviously, you got to give credit where credit's due. St. Mary's, they were the better team today. They in all facets, offense, defense, maybe not so much special teams, but they made the difference here. What did you see from them from an offensive standpoint? Let's start there. What did they do offensively that made things so challenging for CCSJ?
They found a way to find Johnson. Number 0, Drayvon Johnson, they found him. And that's been the really biggest difference. I mean, he's caught some big passes that set him up for both of their scores. And hats off to them for finding him.
All his catches in the second half, too. Yeah. Obviously, Corbin Cleveland, the catch at the end of the final touchdown down the sideline. But with 1:18 and the clock rolling, we're going to hand out some awards. And there's a lot to hand out. We've got 3 awards as we do for the high school and the college game. And we start with our Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. And it comes courtesy of Crowell Companies. They have offices from 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. They're your insurance heroes, and they're proud to recognize the superheroes on the football field. Third down, Perea trying to reverse field. Is not going to get anywhere. And Jay Novak is going to take a timeout with the opportunity to potentially give his offense back the ball. And there's been a lot of great production from both teams offensively and defensively. But when this game got into the second half, it was 3-0. But the offense changed as soon as they got Devron Johnson involved. He got 3 catches, 37 yards. All 3 catches were on third down, and all of them set up first downs. For me, I thought his second half performance was single-handedly the difference in this game.
Yeah, and you said it. I mean, finding him. And the coach, we talked about it at halftime, the coach probably said, we got to find our receivers that are open. And although he wasn't as open as he was in the first half, he's a playmaker and he made plays. Hats off to him.
Indeed, indeed. And for our blue-collar player of the game, it is brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. We've called his name a lot today. 4 tackles for loss. That's a game high. And a game high 19 tackles. Trevor Bussey was just all over the field.
Yeah, he did his job, cleaning up things off the edge and really just making the quarterback and running back uncomfortable in that first half mostly.
Drake Varnes is going to try his 3rd field goal today. This one would be his longest, and this one is up, and it is good. Drake Varnes from 28 yards makes this a 23-7 game, and wow, what a game for him. He missed his first kick, but hasn't missed since.
Yeah, hats off to him coming into this game with only 1 field goal made and leaving with 3.
This one I'm excited. I'm going to let you pick it out, too. It's our Proud Union home play of the game. And it comes your way courtesy of IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future. Learn more at IKORCC.com. Training professionalism and partnerships for economic development. What did you think was single-handedly the play of the game?
I'm going to have to give it to the quarterback. They're starting.
Kyle Vernelson.
Yeah, Kyle Vernelson. He really made a big adjustment from the first to the second half. In the first half, he was really uncomfortable, not really reading through all of the reads he could have had, but second half he really settled in, said, okay, well, they're going to rush me. I'm still going to take my time and find my receivers down the field, and he did just that, connecting on lots of great passes.
Yeah, I agree. I think his second half performance was huge. If he had to pick, I guess, a play from the first half, I thought it was the pick from Elias de Jesus inside the 10 that set up the field goal to get them on the board in the first points of the game. We looked like we were going into the halftime scoreless. That pick was huge. And, either way, I thought both, the first half pick to the second half performance from Vernelson were just outstanding.
Most definitely.
Either way, it was a fun one today. 1:03 to go. What do you do here? I don't think there's any seniors. I guess there's no seniors on the field. They all would come in with 40. Well, that's not necessarily true, too, either, because they could have had played previously somewhere else. So I would assume that all of them would be granted at least one more year.
Yeah.
Picked up. Ooh, lateral. And wow, they got room to go. Down the 30, fakes the throw to the 35 and pushed out of bounds. On the CCSJ sideline is Barbosa. And with 54 seconds, I don't know what you do here, but this is pretty much an insurmountable task.
Here's the flag on the field.
And when this one goes final, we will be signing off. But again, thank you so much for tuning in to all of our CCSJ broadcasts this season. We've done the remote broadcast. We've done the broadcast here at Whiting, on the home of the Whiting High School football field here at Ray P. Galvin Field. It's been a great season, and you got to think the future for not just St. Mary of the Woods, who's going to come away with the MSFL Conference Championship, but same thing for CCSJ. The future is bright.
Future is very bright, and we mentioned it earlier. What sprint football will do for all of these universities, but especially CCSJ, is going to be tremendous down the road. It's going to bring a lot of people together who might have not even had the opportunity to play college sports, and also give them an education as well as give them an opportunity to work towards something athletically.
A holding against CCSJ, and they're going to re-kick. And wow, I feel like the last 3 minutes of this game have taken a half hour. Long time to get to the end. Back. And Drake Varnes ready to kick off. Low line drive, off the hands, picked up. That is Barbosa. Past the 40. Wow, they got some great speed on this team. And out past the 45. And now we're getting some pushing and punching, and here comes a late flag. And this is not what you want to see at the end of a game.
Not what you want to see. And
that ejection worthy?
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I mean, you got to discipline them and make a lesson. I mean, this is a new league that's been introduced here to the Midwest. Really have to make a stand for any type of nonsense going on.
We're going to see what happens. We'll see if there's an ejection either way. 46 seconds to go. And when this clock hits 0, we'll sign off, and then we'll be on to next season. Imagine it's a busy time for coaches. A lot of recruiting, implementing maybe new schemes. Again, they didn't know necessarily this was going to happen. They didn't have a full season to prepare.
Right. And so going in, you know, as coaches always say in football, the biggest difference, the biggest changes in a team comes from week 1 to week 2. Well, in this case, I think the biggest changes and adjustments we'll see is from year 1 to year 2 right here. So it'll be interesting to see. Coach Novak's doing a great job with this program, and look forward to seeing it for years to come.
Again, a late flag came in following the tackle, and now we're just trying to see what the call is, where the ball is going to be placed, and how much time is on the clock. "46 seconds, 23-7. Pomeroys never trailed, and give this team credit. They have really picked it up here in the second half. A 3-0 lead, they were able to extend to 13, and now 16. No more college broadcasts next week. I'm curious to see if the conference expands. They consider maybe playing more games. There's a lot of things to consider, I think, moving forward.
Yeah, I could see more schools adding this on. I mean, it's something that, I mean, it's a football program, so it takes a lot of investment, but at the same time, you could get a lot of ROI on it as well. So it'll be interesting to see if other schools decide to pick up on this, especially here in the region.
And I don't know what's going on. The ball keeps going back all the way to the 13. Wow. They went from the 45 to the 18? Or the 8? Wow.
That had to have been a lot of penalty.
Yeah. Let's see if we can just get this snap off, because, this, I hate to say it, it's over. It's 23-7. There's 46 seconds left. This is, that's too big of a deficit to overcome.
Yeah, it looks like guys are still chirping down there. Let's just take a knee, get out of here.
I don't know if they're going to take a knee. I'm curious to see. They might try and, run a couple plays. And you can see they're going to line up. It looks like they're going to try and run some plays. Karsten Crow to pass from his own end zone, going deep. Intercepted and tackled by Barbosa. And that should do it. Interception made by number 35. That's Jake Skinner. And now that you got to think that's going to do it.
Yeah, now we'll see some knees.
And, well, a long night, but a good game. And the St. Mary's of the Woods College Pomeroys are going to come away with the conference championship, and give them credit. They played outstanding tonight.
Hats off to them.
Special thanks to our entire production team, Nathan Laird, Chris Ramirez, our producer, Zach Miller. Of course, you, Isaiah. This has been fun, our first game together. And following a kneel down, this is going to do it. We'll have to see. I believe we've got some high school games coming up this Friday. A lot of exciting teams still left in the region. Maybe not as many as there were this week, but there's still some teams going, most notably Andrean out of Maryville, the reigning champs in 3A. Yep. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep their run going. Obviously, there's a couple other schools, too, that we could potentially broadcast, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, definitely. And football is still alive in the region. Great to hear it. And basketball is right around the corner as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. We'll have that, too. For Isaiah Gransberry, I'm Jared Schlensky saying so long. Enjoy your Saturday night.